Hello, everybody, and welcome to Republic City by Night. We're gonna be playing
Hello.
some Forged in the Dark, um, Legend of Korra inspired RPGs. Okay, I'm gonna fix your cam. Oh no, that's everybody's cam. Yeah, there we go.
Everything is broken.
They're all linked together, so it gets weird.
Right.
I fixed it though. It's fine.
Oh, it's good. It's fine.
Also, if you look at the stream,
Look at the stream.
I got the arts.
Or
They're so cute.
I mean, I need to look at the stream now.
You should.
They're so good. It's so good. I love it. It's amazing. Look at this
I
art.
want to see them bigger. I need to see them like now.
Same.
Hold on,
Same.
I will send them for you.
Please
God.
post them. I have to see them.
Yes, I will put them in the
I
Discord.
promise to be more excited when my computer catches up.
You will be so excited. You look good.
You look good. I'm putting them in the Discord, so you might be able to see it there. Faster.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Oh my
They're
gosh,
so
I
good.
love them.
Thank you so much, Birdie. Birdie Blake in chat is the fantastic person I commissioned for these little character portraits, and they're so good. So good.
I love Casca's suit.
Right?
Yes, same.
I love Casca's suit. It's so cool. They're all so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
know.
Birdie. You've done a wonderful job.
Wow.
I love it. I love it so much.
Wow.
It's very good.
This is the art style of the show, folks.
I know it's. I love it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited. I commissioned the arts, and now there's arts of the characters, and they are all very good.
So good.
Yeah. Are we just gonna jump in here and do some?
We got
games?
we got some things to resolve, so
Oh
it's a
yeah,
good thing
there's
to
something
do.
about the crew upgrades.
Yeah, you got crew upgrades too, but first I'm gonna try to put on my Shira Shinobi voice so I can
Yes,
say
yes.
what we were doing last time. Last time, Republic City by Night, the case number 2, the tiger in the cage. Our Gallon's gumshoes got themselves in a bit of a pickle. It was that X had been captured along with Guo Min, but Ren, a former paramour of X's, let them out. But in the meantime, the crew suffered some trouble. Zhu, their intrepid police officer who occasionally helped them, a beat cop from Kyoshi Town, had been transferred back to Central and downtown. So they had to go out to find their own, a new contact for them, and they found them Duster, a fence, who also operates out of Kyoshi Town, out of their own antique shops, 3 avatars. Now, after all of that, they had a meeting with Bima, the head of room 623 in Tiger Ward. Casca, doing the smart thing, found out what Bima was into, and seemed to be some hallucinogenic tea, and they made a deal for not only Guomund, but also Goro, the erstwhile teammate of Azumi in the One Chi Fireflies. And now we're coming in on what happens next. So, we got some things to resolve. Thing 1, y'all have a crew upgrade to get.
Yeah.
I
From
don't think we
last time.
talked about this at all.
No, you didn't, but now you can talk about it.
We're gonna have to.
Yep. So a reminder for crew upgrades, you can either take 1 special ability or you can take 2 crew upgrades. So add those boxes over there. You can also take veteran abilities for crews. You can take special abilities from other crew types. How many you can get, I forget off the top of my head, but check.
8 choices.
Yeah,
So
lots
many
of
choices.
Lots and lots of choices for y'all. Because veteran, it's 3 for normal playbooks. So you can take up to 3 special abilities from other crew playbooks. Which, a reminder, the other crew playbooks are dealers, ideologues, smugglers, and toughs. They have all their own stuff. For anybody who's watching, you can go, if you want to find all of the stuff that's on this game, because I am the designer of this game, you can see all the sheets and stuff that I made, all of the things I've written, over on my, the easiest places over on my Twitter. It is the pinned tweet, and that is twitter.com/SaintGardley, as I'm using with an LY at the end. It's going to be the easiest place for y'all to find it, because otherwise It's a Discord thing or me throwing a link in the chat, which I could do actually.
You could definitely do that.
Yeah, let me actually do that. That's actually a very easy thing to do.
I
Y'all
will
can get that
say,
pinned message.
Getting extra dice when reducing heat sounds real nice right now. It's not a heat problem. But I will say, given that we've just lost our police contact, Friends on the Force does not make narrative sense at all.
Yeah. No, especially not if Saint fulfills his promise to complicate our lives.
Bring your ex in, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm still as we talked about last time after the stream. I'm a little bit disappointed with myself for Zhu not being poached by the One She Detective Agency, but
I'm glad about that, honestly.
Next time.
Suck it.
Next time.
yeah, next time. Maybe Jong will join them, and then it'll be even worse for y'all.
Oh no. No.
But yeah, you have all of those special
Detectives
abilities,
looks
and then
good. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean-
getting an extra thing to eyeball, pursue, or study sounds really nice.
Informants sounds like something y'all have because of Nijong, but that's only because of Nijong. You can also get any of the crew upgrade stuff, or you can get a cohort because getting a cohort costs 2, or add a type, or give Nijong another type if you want.
I don't think that he
Nijong's enough.
Nijong is enough, yeah. Let's see.
What do you?
What is
What are you?
what is known quantity?
Known quantity. I actually wrote that down. Let me reread it. It is a thing for the experts that you have. The description for it is your experts are connected to the community and good at providing solid information. They gain +1 die when gathering information on their own. So that's any expert you have, which includes Nijong, who is an expert. So yeah. No, experts are not gangs. Your gangs do not get better at gathering information on their own. If you have gangs, which you can get one, you can get elite academics if you want.
A gang of academics.
A gang of academics, yeah.
We're gonna have to give them like a dumb like fraternity style name or something.
Gang, yeah, it's a gang of students. So,
I mean, that sounds like Anzu's bag.
Academics. In academics, I actually describe a little bit of like the gang stuff in crew creation because I need to put that. Academics are scholars, mechanics, monks, and scientists, and people who do those sorts of things. Because there are 5 different gang types. Because I had to rewrite a couple of them.
So, I got an idea.
Oh no.
Let's hear it.
I like the idea. We take our car and we make it like part of the family, and it gets to be a cohort, and it gets to have +1 tier.
Oh jeez. It means it also has flaws because, like, part of the family, it has both.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
it has
good.
flaws and
Yeah, if y'all want to take
It's a
that.
principled car.
I believe vehicles have their own things. I have to go because it's from a move in Blade. It's from Move and Blades where they have their own flaws and stuff. It'd be funny if you had a principled car. It only runs on principle. It doesn't run on gas. It runs on principle.
That, or at some point we could take Patron and then actually be the official detectives of the
Pro-Bending Federation. Yeah, you could.
That not yet though. That's later.
Yeah,
No,
that's down the line.
We're not there yet. We're not.
That's down the line. Yeah, you could. Yeah, so you can look at all those.
Well,
let's see.
So let me make sure I'm looking at everything. There's the crew upgrades section in gray.
And
then there's layer, quality, training, and cohorts.
And those are also types of crew upgrades. The ones in gray are the unique ones, and the ones in white are shared by all crew types.
And if we pick from that list, we can pick 2 boxes. If
Which
we
list
go for
do
the
we get to?
special abilities, which are on the left, a little bit below heat, we can get 1 of those.
Yeah. The crew upgrades and layer, quality, training, cohort stuff. You can do 2 boxes.
Oh,
so
okay.
you could get the rest of training if you want. You could get resolve and personal training, or be halfway to mastery.
What does mastery do?
Mastery unlocks 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get to 4 action dots. Because otherwise you're limited at 3.
Oh, neat.
3 is enough for now.
You can also get quality different types of equipment, which means your stuff will have basically count as either higher tier or have more effects, depending on what you get. And then the other layer ability, the layer stuff, it depends. Most of them are pretty intuitive, like vehicles, hidden. Your HQ is hidden, which
I don't think that makes sense.
quarters, you have quarters, you can live at your HQ. Secure, you have security measures.
That might be handy.
Vault, you can store more. You can store more money.
Where are we gonna get money?
Yeah, we need the money first, and then we'll worry about storing it.
And then workshop is exactly what it sounds like.
I don't think we really have anyone who does a lot of crafting, so I feel like that's not super useful.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe
down the line, sure, we can think about it when it's relevant.
But yeah, and again, you also have the special abilities that you could do. Like you have like light touch probably would have been helpful in that first case.
Yeah.
That or detectives. I wouldn't mind having more...
Yeah, I was leaning towards detectives.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier.
Everyone getting +1 action rating to one of those seems like that would be good. I definitely would like to get another in eyeball.
I mean, it is something we could just spend our own points for, but I feel like everybody getting that bonus is pretty good. And Brooks, if you're still in chat, if you've got any input on this, please chime in. I know you might have bailed. That's fair too. But yeah, feel free to throw out ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up the other ones and or it's runners, not smugglers. Smugglers is the Blades one. Runners is this game.
Yeah.
I renamed these.
I was looking at the idea logs and I'm like, none of these really work if you're not a cult. I mean, a rebellion.
Excuse me? No, it's based off of cult. So yeah, they work. Revolution.
Revolution, cult, you know.
Yeah, you know. But like, I think for obviously patron was something you were saying earlier.
But that's for later.
Yeah, that comes later. Like part of the family, Jesus. I mean, you could go for the ultimate heat thing of just passing through, but that would also be passing yourselves off as not detectives. So.
But we're too principled for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, we really are. And just like we're not gonna take smuggling jobs probably ever. So
no.
Yeah,
unless we're smuggling them for people who really need it because there's bad laws and people are like saying no, you can't buy food anymore.
Right.
And then we're like, well, we're gonna smuggle some food into these hungry people. We might do that. But when is that gonna happen?
I don't know. Who knows? It could happen.
Forged by the Elements, just straight +1D on resistance rolls. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's from Tufts.
Yeah, that's across the board pretty good.
That would be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because I do the thing where I push to desperate and then I take -1D, so getting that back would be nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Daredevil every time. Just like, I don't care about consequences.
I mean, I'm not built for consequences. I'm built for making things happen.
I'm not built for consequences. Amazing.
Actually, let me move this over here to the other screen.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all are leaning more towards detectives.
Detectives are Forged by the Elements. I feel like either of those two I'm really into. If we wanted to do something from the other part of the sheet, I would be okay for secure. But I feel like it doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like we're not making enough of an impact that it would make sense for us to hire some people to guard our shitty office.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first level of secure probably isn't hiring people. It's more just like having alarms and stuff.
Even then, I don't know.
I would posit something from last time because Casca did this, which was getting new stuff for your office and putting quality in one of your things.
Yeah, I've been trying to find the other cruise things to look at because I was thinking that might be something, but
yeah, Unfortunately, you can't take the unique crew upgrades from the other crews. Or are you talking about special abilities?
I was trying to do the veteran thing, but the only thing I can find there's toughs, but as
It's
runners, I guess.
toughs, runners, ideologues, and dealers are the 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Stanny, I swear I fixed your name, but apparently I didn't. On one of the
Yeah, I
slides.
noticed that it was showing me as a Staney for my character name. For some reason.
It shouldn't be. Yeah, basically, it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, if y'all want to do Forged by the Elements, that's it's good by me, as well as detectives or doing something on like layer crew upgrade things. Training, whatever.
It is okay. So I'm looking at the dealers sheet, and
yeah.
Is high society something we could take?
Yeah. It's all about who you know. Take -1 heat during downtime and +1 die to gather info about the city's elite.
Do we
I mean,
need
we kind of stepped
the
up to
city's
that.
elite?
I don't know. I guess the elite and the head of the triad aren't the same thing, so.
You know,
Yeah.
I would be down for
Maybe.
moving towards that, like when it makes more narrative sense.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
where we're located and who we're dealing with, unless I'll say this. I have a mover star, and I feel like if she joins the crew, then maybe.
Yeah, like if y'all had started in like uptown, midtown, or downtown, like that definitely would have went a long way. But you're starting in Tiger Ward, and Tiger Ward is like one of the poorer districts of the
Yeah,
city.
exactly.
But you can
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
do it. So
I mean, we
Yeah.
could definitely come up with a narrative, like fictional positioning for why we know high society people.
It's
I
when
just
I
feel like-
reconcile with my family.
I just feel like right now it doesn't make a
That's never
super
happening.
I was
ton
about to
of
say.
sense, but I do like it as a move, and I would definitely want to keep it like in mind for future.
Mm.
At least that's my opinion. But I don't want to like steamroll anybody.
Another one that's always useful, because I have seen people take it just in general in Blades, is synchronized.
Yeah.
When you perform group action, you can count multiple 6s from different rolls as a critical success.
That is also a good one.
And we are doing a decent number of group actions, like because we're working together a lot. So.
And there was also one that, like, if you roll a group action, if you're the leader, you get a bonus. What was
That's
Commander
a
on
different
deck.
role. Yeah, that's in Tufts.
Yeah, I was just looking at that as a idea,
yeah,
but I think synchronized is better than that.
They do 2 different things, to be fair. So.
Personally, detectives or I already forgot.
Forged by the Elements. Or
Forged by the
Synchronized?
Elements. Are very good choices, and if not, synchronized also very good, just in general. But if we wind up taking layer upgrades, I would say some kind of training, probably personal training, and also secure our layer. Could be nice to
Secure your layer versus the triads who are going to show up at some point.
Yeah, see, we kind of poke the hornet's nest there a little bit.
Considering your -2 people are a bending triad and PIs, you know they're going to be showing up at some point. But it's up to you, because it's also like
I kind of want a special ability. I kind of want to just say, you know what, screw security, let's get started.
I mean, I'm good at that.
I'm sorry, I'm reckless as Zumi. I can't help it.
also you won't know if if Nijong be disappointed in you. You don't know that.
It's fine, I'll just buy more noodles, it's fine.
Okay.
More noodles, no problems.
Yeah. And if Anzu keeps working at working at Nijong at the noodle place, who knows? But yeah, sounds like a special ability. The 2 big choices, it sounds like, are detectives or forged by the elements.
I am fine with either of those. So does anyone have a preference, or does anyone not want either of those?
Yeah. I will say for taking Forged by the Elements, the narrative thing is each PC has been toughened by harsh experience.
Well, that's definitely true.
Yeah,
I mean
so.
that has happened.
It has, it's true. But it also means anybody else joining your crew has that as well.
Yeah.
They just have a pre-baked in backstory.
Yeah.
Of being
They have a tragic backstory already.
Obviously.
exactly. Problem solved.
Yeah. So if y'all want tragic backstory, the move. Or
I mean, I'm good with either one, so.
I mean, it's up to y'all. I'm just putting I'm putting the options there so we can get to downtime things.
Yep. And horrible entanglements.
Mm-hmm. Y'all still have a wanted level of 0. It can't be that bad.
I
but
mean,
you said that this was the one we're having high heat, but whatever.
No, it is. It's true. It's true.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Guy?
Well, I know it hasn't been discussed much, but I'm really looking at informants, that we actually have some more people that talk to us and stuff like that. And hearing rumors could be represented by a little bit about our connection with the 3 avatars Duster. I don't know. That or Detectives seems to be the most story driven one. But I wasn't in the big fight where everyone got laid out and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you have a tragic backstory already.
So it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, informants is pretty fun. It can be pretty fun.
So it sounds like everybody's leaning towards the Forged one, so I'll go with that.
All right. So Forged by the Elements. We all good? Is that a yes?
That was a hiccup, but yes.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let me add this.
Thank you.
Forged by the Elements. Right. Now I have to open Tufts again because I closed it.
For shame.
For shame. It's true. Each PC, yeah. All right, now I can close it. Cool. So that is one of your 3 veteran things, but you have it. So everybody gets +1 die to resistance roll. So remember that when you roll resistance.
Okay, I'll take away that we have a crew advance because we've spent it.
Yes. Okay. Now let's do some downtime, or let's do. So first things first. Payoff. So the last time y'all did a rep-driven case, which was the negotiation with Bima of room 623, and y'all got like out pretty well with that. Rep missions, the maximum you can gain and the minimum you can gain in terms of coin is 1. You get 1 coin.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm
do we
putting
have
it
to
in the
pay-
crew.
Do we have to pay maintenance on our spaceship?
No, because you have no spaceship.
Okay, good.
The other thing, so the crew earns rep based on the nature of the operation. Oh, actually, oh, wait, no, I did it wrong. The crew earns 1 coin per tier of the target. If you walked away without taking anything for yourselves, you earn 0 coin.
0 coin.
0 coin. Yeah, because otherwise you could have gotten 2. Because room 63 is a tier 2 faction. But in terms of rep, you earn based on the nature of the operation and who they impressed. 2 rep, retribution of a minor score. 4 rep, stop a minor score, protect a citizen. 6 rep, retribution for a major score, several citizens avenged. 8 rep, interrupt a major score, corrupt officials outed, many saved, and 10 plus criminal faction destroyed. Because this is originally from Vigilantes. It sounds like to me 4 or 6 would be most appropriate. Because you did get 2 people out of the custody of these chi blockers who you probably consider criminals.
And we're also trying to stop like a war.
Yes, you are. It's true.
We're trying.
Yep. So I think 6 makes sense for this then. So yeah,
Okay.
add 6 rep to your crew.
I have.
How much do you have? Ooh, you're close
Yes.
to that level, but you need coin. You need coin to advance in tiers.
Well, hopefully
Maybe-
someone
maybe
will come
we
to us
can-
with a job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
maybe.
say. We have a phone now.
Yeah, you have a phone. It's true. You do have a
So
phone.
how does rep work again? I'm not familiar
So
with that.
rep is a metric basically. So in Blades, unlike in Scum, you can advance it. You're like other factions that you can advance and lower in tier. Um, there is a maximum amount of rep you can have, which in this case I believe is 12. Once you hit that and you have enough money, you can pay that and you can use all your rep to advance from either you can to advance in tier if you're strong if you're at stronghold. So you go for you guys when you hit that, you'll go from tier 0 strong to tier 1 weak. If you do it in your weak, you I believe automatically advance to stronghold. Because when you're in weak holds, and if you get knocked down, which is possible, you go down a tier. If you're in stronghold, you just go to weak. It's a faction thing for the most part. But yeah, you can also use rep to as coin for downtime. You can spend 1 rep to do an additional downtime action.
Like calling in favors and stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of idea.
Yeah, which I forgot to say last time because that's something that'd be very useful. But yeah, next thing we do is heat.
Okay.
So this is a discussion we were having before we went live, but it's still a discussion we're having. So the crew have an ability that gives them -2 heat on any legitimate cases they take, which is technically part of the case they'd taken because they were trying to get Woman out. And there was basically no exposure. Like, this was a 0 heat job. So the question ends up being, do they get -2 heat or do they keep the heat they already have?
So and basically, can we gain negative heat?
Yeah, can you gain negative heat is the question. Because y'all right now have 6 heat.
I would really love to gain negative heat. I'm just going to say that. I would love that.
I think the negative heat should convert to rep.
That's an interesting way to roll it. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I think that's good because I don't think it's possible to get 0 heat, to get negative heat basically.
To like do a job but then have that make it so you're not as I mean, I feel like that should be possible.
Maybe.
To do a job but you do it so quiet and you throw things so far into other people's business.
Yeah, I think
like
technically others blamed is part of 0 heat. So it's basically would be like you do negative heat and like the cops stop looking to you less, which in this case could be the case. I think it works. Yeah, I think we'll go. Yeah, I think you can do negative heat. That makes more sense. It's just a question of legitimate cases and being loud. But yeah, that means y'all have -2 heat then. Because I don't think you have. I don't believe you. The situation did not happen on hostile turf. It happened on neutral turf. You're not at war. High profile, or well-connected target. There was not massive property damage, and you did not destroy a train station or airship terminal. So yeah, y'all now only have 4 heat. Good job! Congrats! Your entanglements will be slightly worse.
I mean, not as worse.
Will be slightly better.
Yeah.
Slightly not as terrible. There we go. That's the one.
Slightly worse, slightly better, you know.
Worst entanglements coming up. Great.
Yeah, worst entanglements.
What we wanted.
I mean, we'll see. So this is 2d6. Keep the lower one. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Okay. We'll get back. I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you on that. Okay. You know how y'all didn't want heat?
Yes.
You'll see what happens in a second.
Okay.
But yeah, so we have a scene to do before y'all do your actual downtime actions, which is Guomin and Goro being released from their captivity, because they were in separate places. They were not in the same place. Fun fact. So I think what it is, because you do not go to the mechanic shop to pick them up. The room 623 has more sense than that. They are Bima when you talk to him, arranged a location where you can pick them up. It's it was like a an old industrial park. So it's kind of just like there's abandoned like an abandoned abandoned small scale factory nearby, and there's doesn't look like there's a lot of people here. It's kind of like relatively late at night. There's like one street lamp there's like one lamp nearby giving light, and you're all there minus X because X is off doing other things.
Yeah, X stuff.
In the fighting pits.
Yeah, in the fighting pits. Yeah, they're doing the fighting pits. They're doing a marathon in the fighting pits.
That sounds
marathon
like X.
exhibition match. Yes.
Yeah, marathon exhibition match. Exactly.
X
I believe in them.
exhibition match.
Yeah, exhibition match.
Oh,
Except they're
yeah,
not.
that's-
Except they don't go by X in the fighting rings. Not that any of you know about that, but or
Oh.
Casca would know. The rest of you would. Because Torch has met Lu Yang.
That's true.
But anyway, so you're met there. Bima is there, and so is why do I always forget her name? I'm
Ren?
terrible with her name. Not Ren, Remy.
Remy. Okay.
Yeah. They're basically you get the feeling that Bima has like figured out what the hell is going on between Ren and X, and was just like, when we're dealing with them, we're not gonna have Ren here unless I need to. So it's always Remy that's showing up. But it's Bima and Remy and a couple of other people who are kind of just like who are in plain clothes. And there are two people with bags over their heads. One of them, Izumi, you recognize as Goro. He's the right size, right frame.
Why fireflies on his shoulder.
Why don't you firefly on his shoulder? And the other person you assume is
now we recognize him.
Yeah, now you recognize him. The other person you assume is Guoman because y'all have never met Guoman, so though you've seen Guoman before.
Seen him in the distance.
You are muted, Kelsey.
Am I?
You were, or you weren't talking. I don't know. One of the two.
I made a noise, but it wasn't
okay,
really
that's
talking.
So, Bima's kind of like, all right, we're keeping our end of the deal, and you kept yours, so. And he motions, and the Goro and Guoman are kind of lightly pushed over to you. They're not going to rough them up any more than they already have. It's like, and they take the bags off their heads, just like, we'll keep in contact. And they turn around and they disappear into the night. But yeah, you have Goro and Guoman. Guoman is he looks a little ashamed of himself. I should do a full description of Guoman because we never really got one. It was kind of like we got the man who was in the room during the first episode. Guoman is a little bit shorter than average. He's got half of his head shaved. He's got black hair. He has the start of a few tattoos on his left arm. And they're mostly you can see the starts of like mountain motifs basically, because that seems to be the tattoos for the Terra Triad. And he just has his arms crossed, kind of looking away, just being like, Goro, on the other hand, is just like, oh, and he goes right over to you, Izumi. He's just like,
I punch him in the chest, like, you idiot! What are you doing getting mixed up in the triads? And I like smack him on the back of the head.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, ow. Look, I did this on my own initiative. You understand? I was gonna get Guoman out here, and then your friend showed up and knocked me out. Like,
You did punch her first.
She was. Have you met? I don't even know what your friend's name is. Have you seen her in the dark? Do you know how terrifying that is?
I'm shaking my head. I'm like, I can't believe you're mixed up with the triads. And you're still wearing that badge? You're mixing. I turn my back on him.
Just like, look, after the team fell apart, what was I gonna do? You know what happened with Yuri.
I know she's still bending.
Yeah, she abandoned both of us, and ugh.
Well, it's not like Agni Kai didn't come up to me and offer me a place with them. And you know what? I said no.
He's just like, look, I have friends in Terra. I can't just like go away from that.
Well, I don't have to like it.
Yeah, you're turned away from him. He's just like, all right. He's just gonna look at the rest group, just like, okay. Hi. He's just like, hi, I'm Goro. Nice to meet you, finally.
So internally, Casca is evaluating what they think Izumi thinks of them, having come from a triad, and they're really not liking this. They're really feeling.
Yeah, but see, you got out, so
Yeah.
But
No, it's fine. You should feel super judged. Yeah, it
It's
is. You should feel
judgment.
super judged, and we should have a conversation about this later. It'll be interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
Torch knows what any triad knows, that you never truly leave the triads.
Sure.
You never
Sure.
truly leave. You can check out, but you can never leave.
Right. All right. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, totally. Guoman again is kind of like looking away from all of you. He hasn't said anything.
I'll walk up to Guoman and be like, your sister was very concerned about you, and I can see why.
She's not here, is she?
No, but I think we'll be delivering you to her.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know where the hell we are, but okay. It's just shrugs. He's very defeated right now.
Hmm.
Find me. We have to talk with the triads and get them to back off of Tiger Ward, right? That was our end of the deal.
Yes, that was your end of the deal. Yeah, you're doing Bima a favor by basically getting the triads to back the hell off from Tiger Ward.
Okay. I think I turn back and I look at Goro and I say, I think we're gonna need your help.
Really? Okay.
We got you out?
Oh no. I may not sound like I'm serious and that I'm sincere about this, but I am. What do you need? Like, you have done a big favor for me for getting Guoman here out, and Guoman's just like, I don't want to talk about this. I didn't want to I was captured by
Is Remy
team
still
walkers."
here?
Is who?
Is Remy still here?
No, she left.
Okay, they left. Okay.
Yeah, they all left.
Just triple checking before we go into that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to look for them to see if they left anybody. if
You know that's
thought
not a
about
bad
that.
idea.
to
make
yeah,
sure.
I think I think that I would definitely take
Okay.
a look around for that. Like, as
Sure.
you appear to be like starting to get down to business, I think part of me is like, maybe we should talk about this in the car, and the other part of me is like, is anybody still watching?
Yeah, let's so it sounds like you're trying to eyeball the area.
Yeah, let's eyeballs.
Yeah, let's eyeball it. This is gonna be
That's not my character sheet.
you're in a controlled position, and it's standard. Like, it's kind of dark, but like you know, it's like this area is pretty open. So.
Sure.
If anybody's gonna be hearing you, they're probably not gonna be in that like
standard.
factory over there or whatever.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, you're like, you look around, you're just like, if anybody's here, I would be able to see them, right? Like,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm like, perhaps we can talk in the car.
Gonna be driving. I can't talk and drive.
Yeah. The only consequence from so you lose the opportunity. Like, that's the consequence.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair.
So if anybody is listening in,
Well, I've said my 2 cents.
Goro, are you willing to come back to the office with us and talk?
yeah, sure. I mean, like, I gotta report to the boss soon-ish, but you know, like, you gotta take Guoman here back to his sister and kind of just like pats him on the arm, and Guoman's just like, don't touch me.
So I just kind of nod, and I'm like, all right, and start heading towards our car, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, they'll
But
follow
I
you.
still look back to Casca, like, are we done here? Is this cool? Are we going to the car?
We are.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
nodding.
Cool.
Okay.
So y'all get back in the car and you drive off, but the camera stays on the scene, and it zooms back, and on like one of the like abandoned one of the floors of the like third floor of an abandoned building nearby, you see somebody in green clothes kind of just like look down, just nod, and then whisk themselves away.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. So, y'all return to the office.
Do we hear anything cool on the radio on the way back to the office? Like some news or anything?
That's a good question. Let me see what people are doing. You don't hear any.
Cars have radios back then?
That's a thing of technically no, but this is also our own game. So,
Yeah.
because I believe in real life, the first car radio existed in 1932, but whatever. It's diesel
Okay.
punk. Yeah, we'll do this. Why not?
I was just asking. Sure.
Yeah. In real life, no, but in this makes sense. And even then, you probably like even when you get back, you'll hear it on the radio.
Okay.
Yeah, the big news right now, other than like pro bending stuff, because there's a pro bending match going on as you're driving back, is the arrest of a triad member in Kyoshi Town. They're not saying a lot of there's not a lot of like confirmation from the police on like who they are, but it seems somebody in Kyoshi Town, which y'all can just get like drill down to, it's either the Creeping Crystals or the Terra Triad's been arrested by the police. There was a sting operation. They took one of the triad leadership, and they're going to be on trial in a few weeks. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you imagine that this was part of the whole thing where when Izumi, because you were there talking to Ju, when Ju was like, "Oh, I'm being like they're expecting some big triad things happening. I'm getting transferred downtown." This is part of that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah. There we go. That is what's happening on their radio. But yeah, you get back to the office, and did you call Seika, or are you gonna bring Guoman over to Dow's?
I think we're gonna bring Guoman to Dow's.
Okay.
It's just down the road.
Plus, I don't think we're like used to having a phone yet.
No, you're not.
Like
Definitely not.
And I'm not sure that Dow's has a phone either.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be
hands on.
We're gonna be just walking down there
in person. Okay, cool. Yeah, but y'all are in the office. You can have that any conversation you like. Otherwise, we can just like go do the reunion, the Seika Guoman reunion, Seika Dao Guoman reunion, and do downtime activities.
I think the reunion first, and then conversations back at the office afterwards.
Sounds good.
And then downtime.
So yeah, you drop off Goro at the office, and you're like, "Stay here," and he's like, "Okay, fine, I won't go and
Well, I mean,
how
about I stay with him.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
And
then you guys can have a private conversation while we're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So yeah, Anzu and Casca, you take Guoman back over to Dow's. Dow's is it's winding down right now because this was late at night. Everything's winding down. There are only a few customers in there. Dao is behind the counter. He's writing something down. And you all enter, and he looks up and says, "Ah, you're here." And then he sees Guoman, and he's like, "Ah, you're here." It's like, come.
Yeah, and walk in.
Come to the back, please. Like motions. There's a door.
Yeah, just quietly walk through it.
Yeah. Dao lumbers over. You see him. He's his big portly self. And he kind of like wipes his hands. So you did it. You found him.
Well, he's right here, isn't he?
This is very true. Guoman? And Guoman kind of like straightens a little bit. The like internal parental discipline just like kicking in, just like, yes, it's like, you come with me. You get yourself in big trouble with the triads. No, we don't want any more of that. And he's like, yes, father. He's just like, come on, let's go upstairs. Go. It's just like, okay. And he shuffles past, and up the stairs. And Dal looks back at you. Again, big thank you. I'm glad Seika reached out to you. I would probably not have done that. So to her, I am thankful. She's not here right now. She's out at work, but she has another job. She usually works here, but you know how it is. So you can thank her in person, but probably not till tomorrow.
Well, it is pretty late, I understand. We're just happy to do our part here in the neighborhood, you know?
Yes. Oh, also, and he looks back, just like he pushes a few things through. A gift for you for doing such a good job. And he takes out a box or like a small box, and he holds it in front of you, just like for very good job.
Well, thank you.
Make sure to keep these generally keep these warm. They will be better when warm. Believe me, I make them personally yesterday.
So are they delicious dumplings?
Yes, they are. There are many delicious dumplings.
Yay.
You get those. You have a big box of assorted dumplings to bring back.
See, we did get paid.
We would have spent this money on dumplings anyway.
Yeah,
right.
And he bows when he hands you the box, like, please come back anytime. Again, we have best dumplings in Tiger Ward.
It's true. They're all good.
You sure do.
Well, anyway, I have to get back to cleaning the rest of the kitchen. I assume I will see you later.
Of course, you have the best dumplings in Tiger Ward.
Good. Always remember that. He puts out a pudgy finger. He's like, always remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll head back unless you had something to add there, Casca.
No.
Meanwhile, back at the office, Goro is kind of just looking around the office, just being like, there's a lot of boxes in here.
Yeah, we
You moving?
No, Torch just got some stuff. We haven't had time to unpack because it was in the middle of trying to find Guoman and all that.
Right. Okay. Well, he sits down on a box, just like, I assume you want to talk about something. Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Azumi, I sit down next to him,
Mhm.
and I think I'm quiet for a moment, and then I'm like, I'm really glad you're okay. We just kind of all fell apart when Yuri disbanded the Fireflies, and I didn't know what happened to you. And I mean, obviously, now I'm really worried because you're doing all this gang stuff.
It's it's a job. Like, I mean, there's a community part to it too. The triads are their family in a way, so it's hard to go against your family. But sometimes, like, when boss says, hey, don't go after Guoman, we have a plan, and I'm like, he's one of us, can't let him be that way. Just and it's not like the chi blockers are any better. I didn't even know that much about them, but
I'm not saying that they are. I'm just glad you're not dead in a ditch somewhere anyway.
yeah, he's just like deflates a little bit, just like, now that you say that.
I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, it could.
He's doing dangerous gang stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to make a deal with room 623 to get you two out.
Oh, I mean that like makes sense. You know, I guess. What was part of it? Well, I mean, what was your part? I guess.
What we have to do is to get you guys to back off of Tiger Ward, and that's why I need your help.
Oh, yeah. I can get that. I dig. I dig. Well, what do you need from me? Like, I'm just kind of low level.
A foot in the door?
Right. I
Help
think
us make a contact?
Yeah. I mean, when I get back, I got to report to my boss. I think I could maybe you can mention you all, Yeah.
We have cards, right? We have like
You do?
5 cards, right?
Yeah, you do.
I scramble to the desk and I dig around until I find one of those cards and I like, press it into his hand. Wait, and then I take it back. I'm like, okay, what is our phone number again? All right, and I write it on the back and then I press it back into his hand.
Yeah.
And I say, have him get in touch with us here.
And they he like turns it over and just like looks at this, just like, what's this?
We have a phone.
You have a phone?
We have a phone.
You have a phone?
Yeah.
What?
We're really
Wow.
good detectives, Goro, actually.
It's like, I mean, when we were Fireflies, we never had a phone, like that.
I bet
don't
Yuri
know.
has a phone.
Oh, he probably does. Anyway, I'll tell them. I'll give them this. Yeah, I'll give them this.
Okay.
I mean,
Goro.
I might run into. I might run into G first, but they'll get it. They'll get it. And like, he puts it in a pocket, just like. Anyway, gets up, just like, there's a new. That noodle place is open right now, right?
Yeah, let's go get some noodles.
I'm famished.
Yeah, I bet you haven't eaten it. Let's go get noodles. And
Yeah.
I grab his wrist and I start taking him downstairs. And
He's just like, oh.
as we're going downstairs, I'm like, are we still friends? Can we still be friends? As I'm like taking him downstairs.
You're dragging.
I don't think he knows how to answer that question. Yeah, you're taken downstairs and Nijong's just like, oh, you have a new friend, do you? It's like, tell me all about this friend.
I'm like, hi Nijong, this is Gora. We were pro benders together, remember?
Oh, you're also part of the Fireflies. And he's like, yeah, I am. It's like, oh, well, you're gonna have to tell me more about Azumi then. Because I hear all her side of the story, but not from the other side. I need to hear all of it.
Goro, you don't have to tell him anything embarrassing about me.
Score's like, sure. I just came for the noodles. And it's like, right. And like goes back and just like two steaming bowls of noodles come out just as Anzu. I'll get it. And he goes back to get the tea as Anzu and Casca, you show back up with a box.
We're over here.
Oh, I see you got a table. All right. I like slide in and I like slide the box across in front of Azumi.
I immediately I'm like, and I go to open it. I'm like,
yep. And Nijong comes back with the tea. He's like, oh, rest of you are here. Are you also here for noodles, or you just for Nijong's rumors? He just has this big smile, has an elbow on the table, just like, come on, tell me what you know.
Both. It's always both.
Good. I'll be right back. Oh, wait. And he looks at the box. He's like, is that Dow's?
I like kind of roll my eyes, but then like scoot the box a little bit closer. I'm like, do you want one?
Oh, I'd love one. And he opens it and he takes out a pork bun and just like, Dow started doing this 30 years ago when he moved here. And he's still got that magic. And he snaps, just like, he wolfs it down in like 2 seconds, just like, I'll be back with noodles. Turn it around.
I imagine we're like in a booth or something, and like I scoot in and slide my my bowl down so someone can sit next to me.
Yeah.
I'll sit.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And then if Goro doesn't, I kind of like kick his knee underneath the table, like.
Yeah, Goro scoots like, oh, sorry.
Which I think it puts me next to Goro.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nijan comes back with 2 more bowls and all of the tea precariously balanced, and he throws it. He pushes it all down, just like, enjoy your meal. I'll be right over there. He like goes back over the counter and he like leans on the counter, just being like, I'm listening in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as I'm pouring the tea, and I know that Nijang is listening, I say that so Goro's gonna take one of our cards back. And someone will be in touch as I'm pouring tea. Just very carefully.
That's good. Now, you gonna put in a good word for us, Goro?
Yeah. I mean, I need to meet with them anyway. So yeah. It depends on. I mean, it depends on if I meet G first or not. But regardless,
Who's
they'll
G?
hear about it. Oh, G's the boss's right hand person. She does like a lot for them. Which Casca, G rings a bell. Because back when you went and talked with Lu Yang, G was the person who did all the bets for the triad member at the fighting pits.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the one where we saw them putting money down on X?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I didn't see that, but that's the person. Right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the same person. Yeah.
Okay. So they're Terra.
Terra Triad. Yeah.
Terra Triad.
Second in command to the Terror Triad. Yep.
Good to know.
And also doing bookie work. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, yeah, like she does a lot of stuff, but I mean, it depends. She might be busy. Boss might be busy. Who knows? But I'll put in a good word.
As long as we get to talk to someone, because otherwise we're gonna have to come down there.
I like
and
look
meet
him
in
up and
person.
down while you're saying this and everything. I'm like, from everything I've heard from Azumi, I thought you would have had more of a spine.
I mean, usually you're not knocked out when you're sneaking into a building trying to get your friend back, right?
Think back to my personal experiences.
Yep.
I'm like, I try not to make a habit of it. No.
Neither do I. We get each other, right? Like, I mean, like, spirits. Thank the spirits that I could get out of that anybody, considering what your friend did to me. But
When he says thank the spirits, Anzu like starts stroking her necklace.
yeah, and he notices it, but he like keeps going because he's got something to say. But he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be here. I live in Kyoshi Town. I don't even live here, but like we came over here. Just boss had some big plan about, I don't know, something expansion, I guess, with the word. Anyway, I'm just gonna eat my noodles, and I'll you'll hear from the boss, I swear.
I like look over at Azumi and I'm like, so you know how to get a hold of your friend if we don't?
I look at Goro.
She's like, he's about to start eating his noodles, and he's like, oh, right, I didn't tell you. Okay. She's like, do you have like, he like looks for a napkin. Do you have like a pen?
I like looked at Casca because they bought all of the notebooks
Right.
last time.
I
Yeah,
also look at Casca because I'm like, I'm thinking of the pad and paper and how you made such a big deal of it last time. I'm like,
That's true.
Uh-huh.
That's
and
true.
also you're kind of like boxing me, and so I can't get out of the booth.
That's what I do. Yeah. So I pull out a pen.
He takes it and he writes a few characters on a napkin and like passes. He just like, you can find me here.
I take the napkin and I say, thanks, Goro.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't need. Well, hopefully it'll be better the next time we meet.
I hope so. Maybe we can go to a game together or something, like old time's sake.
I'd like that.
And he then looks at his noodles wolfishly and starts slurping them down.
Yeah.
When he finally comes up for a breath, I ask him, how long has the boss been talking about expansion? Is this something new, or is this something they've...
It's pretty new. Like, I don't know, last couple weeks.
Okay. Not
Yeah.
something he's been planning for a year or anything like that.
I don't know. They don't really clue me in on that kind of thing.
Above
I
your
got
pay grade, I understand.
yeah, that and like I don't know. My skills don't lie in planning. Wait. And he realizes what he said. He's just like, that's not what it sounds. Okay, never mind. Just like goes back to eating his noodles. Just like I am
That's
an
fine.
idiot.
He's as impulsive as I am. I get it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Unless you all have anything else to talk to Gora about, or you have something else you want to do, we can do downtime stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the scene.
Downtime stuff sounds good.
All right. So everybody's got 2 downtime activities. Does anybody want to start? They got something they want to do?
I do.
Okay,
Oh,
please.
good, 'cause
What
I
would you
don't.
like to do?
I don't know how far I can get, but I would like to lay the groundwork towards establishing a new identity.
Ooh. What's the identity?
Someone legitimate that could get a job, and not be told that you're a former criminal, kind of thing. So,
Okay, so you just you want somebody with a clean slate, basically. It
clean
doesn't have
slate, but I'd like them to come with some academic backing.
I was gonna say, what previous job experience do you want this person to have?
Yeah. The eventual goal is to make my way into some government functionary office and be there and learn things while I work and earn
Right.
extra coin for us.
Okay, yeah. So you want to get a government job. Okay. Yeah. So we can start. It's gonna be a long-term project.
Sure.
I think for a job that'll get you like basically become a bureaucrat or like a clerk. 8 o'clock I think is fair.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's make an 8 o'clock. Put it on your sheet to make that like clean identity for a government job. Yeah. So how are you going to pursue this?
I guess the first thing I need to do is to find someone that like makes these kinds of things, gets the paperwork rolling. So I
Yeah.
guess schmoozing or finagling. I don't remember which one's which.
Do you have somebody that does it already? Do you have an idea of somebody, or do you need to find somebody?
I think I need to find somebody first.
Okay, then let's make a person. So this will be schmooze because you're using your what resources you currently have to find this person, to create a person. So I need my name list. So let's do a schmooze. Let us schmooze.
Some box has appeared on my screen and I can't get rid of it.
It's my fault.
There
I
we
did
go.
it.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I was trying to do a thing. I should do it on my own character sheet before I do it on yours. I just had yours open though.
I was like, I don't know what's going on.
So
What's
we
going on?
because we took Forged by the Elements, I was trying to find the box to check that
Yeah.
when we do our resistance rolls, it'll automatically add a die.
Oh yeah,
There should be
I
a
haven't looked
box
in.
for that.
There probably is. It's in the gear thing.
That's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see you schmooze. This is a gather information because there's no risk in this currently. Could be later, but not right
Here
now.
it is. I found it.
So a fortune roll.
Fortune roll, yeah.
Okay. So I've got 2 dots in schmooze.
Mhm.
And
And you don't have anybody helping you on this, so. unless you have a friend or contact that can help you with this.
No.
Okay. So yeah, just roll those 2 dice of fortune.
Okay. So let's see here.
There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna find out who this person is, what they do. 5. Okay, so yeah, this person's you'll be getting. Okay, I need to remind myself how much you get from a normal. I think it's 2 ticks.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
That
Unless you
sounds
want
right.
to, unless you want to spend coin or rep to increase it to 3.
Um. So the rep would be like the group's rep, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I think this is going to be something I have to do on my own.
Okay. So yeah, so you get 2 ticks. Let's create a person.
Okay.
Where is this? So is this person? Does this person already work for the government, or are they? What do they do? What do they do?
I imagine that they are they deal in immigration.
Okay, so they do immigration. Okay, cool. So they're probably somebody who's already from Republic City.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So let's do a room. RUM.
Okay.
The immigration agent. He him pronouns. He is a when you meet him, you go downtown, because most of the immigration stuff is downtown or in Phoenix District. You meet with him. You meet with him in one of the like downtown offices. Not like it's there's a few government offices that are away from like the main like government complex that's in the center of downtown, like where the council meets. He's in one of those offices. He's a man in his late 30s. He has longer black hair that he usually does in a braid that goes down his back. He wears a gray suit with a bolo tie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he actually has like a slight scar right next to his right eye.
Very cool.
Which this is left on your screen, but yeah, you had got like you had an appointment with him, so you sit down with him and he says, "Okay, so let me get this straight. You want a new identity, yeah?"
Yeah, I've heard that that's something you can help with.
Mm-hmm. You would be right. We have a lot of people who come through here, and sometimes they don't get it right the first time. Little known fact, that sometimes the immigration people get the names wrong or what have you. And so I've got a few forms here that I can fill out. But if you are able to put in the right amount of work and I'm able to put in the right amount of influence, we can do this all smoothly, yeah?
Yeah, I should let you know that my face might be a little more well known than others, so this might be tougher than some other people.
I think I understand. Right. Okay, let's see.
Maybe longer work, maybe more
Yeah,
effort, but
he stops and like gives you like a long look, just like triad. I can work with that. You don't seem to be triad anymore from the sounds of people making the appointment. Shouldn't be too hard, as long as you don't run into any police trouble in the interim. I think we can get this done in a few weeks.
fantastic.
Yeah. I'll just need down the line. I will ask you for a few things. Picture, obviously. Going to need a few referrals, of course. You know, making sure everything's on the up and up. And just, as long as you give them to me and you fill out a few of these forms, and he gets out a small pack and he hands it to you, just like fill out these things, get them to me by next week. It should be all good.
So I've got this plan for my identity photo, and I'm going to have glasses and a fedora, and no one's going to know who I am.
Yes, Clark Kenting. Good. Excellent. But yeah, so a room promises that he will have an identity for you in the next few weeks. But of course, this is your long-term project.
Sure.
But yeah,
Sure.
you
There will be
got
complications until I get all the rolls done. I get it.
yes, a bureaucracy bender, you
Right.
might say. We'll bend this bureaucracy around us.
Yeah. Bureaucracy tends to bend people around.
That's
The
for
other
sure.
way.
Yeah, exactly. Bureaucracy is quite the element.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have the truth benders. Why not the bureaucracy? So yeah, that's your first down activity. Does anybody want to go next?
I don't know what type of action this would be.
Tell me.
But while we were looking around, I have a stack of important Room 623 stuff that I stole from his office.
Yep. What would you like to do with that stuff? I think is the question.
I guess like I'm not sure.
Well, it's a question of do you want to like sell it as information or do you want to like study it? I guess is the things.
Both.
I mean, you could do one. You can study it first and then decide on whether to sell it.
And but the longer I have it, the less it's going to be worth, probably.
That's the trade-off.
Like we could use some money, but also I kind of want to have leverage over Room 623. What do the rest of you think?
Is this something I can help with?
It might be.
Potentially. I don't think anybody even knows I have this in character, but
yeah.
Okay.
If you want to, yeah, because she took it during the very first part, the first part of the first case when she was in the offices. You can either, if you want to study it, it'll be a long-term project to actually just study it, and you'll probably be doing study rolls. If you want to sell it, if you have somebody to sell it to, you can just sell it them directly, and like you might make a roll to like get more money, but you'll get money, you'll get coin.
I have an information broker as one of my contacts, so
perfect.
My friends.
It was Uncle Ma, right?
Uncle Ma. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you could go talk to Uncle Ma, and he will gladly take it off your hands. Or yeah, so those are your two choices. Uncle Ma either will give you money for it, or you can study it, and you might lose out on being able to sell it to Uncle Ma later.
I guess I want to just ask the crew, like, do we want money or do we want leverage?
That's a hard choice.
I think that 623 is too strong for us to use that leverage effectively. I mean, we would be flipping on them and trying to turn the screws. I don't see it being as useful as someone that was a little bit less powerful.
I mean, I will say it's kind of insurance if they flip on us, though. Like it's something we could maybe use to keep them from. Like if something goes wrong, then maybe we can use that as kind of like leverage to keep them from like getting real mad or getting like being able to retaliate against us is a thing. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, I guess it really depends on what's in the paperwork. If it's something that would get, we could give to the cops and someone could get arrested, that'd be one thing. If it's something that they would want handed back over for in exchange for something, that would be another.
And also, is selling that information okay with our principals?
I guess that depends again on what is in that paperwork. So
I think figure out what's in there first, and then we decide what to do with that after.
I guess at the very least, I'm going to need to do at least one study to kind of determine like what does this mean? Like. Yeah, because we are definitely principled, and handing it over to the cops is actually probably on the table. Less so now that Zoo is no longer our direct contact here. But I know other cops, and
I love the way you said that.
I know other cops. Also, something I would posit is that depending on what you find, not going to the cops, but going to the block associations might be an option if you want to curry favor with the people of Tiger Ward. You can also, of course, there are other institutions you can go to. I know somebody has a diplomat friend that it might be useful too.
Both of us do.
Yep.
I have an embassy worker friend, which is not quite a diplomat, but yes.
Yeah. And of course there are other other factions that it might be useful to. Especially because you are the official investigators of the Pro-Bending Federation.
Yeah.
And these are, chi blockers.
That's true. That is true.
This is going to be 4 o'clock to investigate the Room 63 papers.
Okay.
I'd like to assist if I could.
But you 200% can. You will just give her a dice. I don't even think you have to spend stress. Like,
are you sure I can't spend point of stress?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Actually, yeah, because you're a PC. Yeah, you have. And like, wait a minute, you have to. Yeah, do it.
I'm sitting at 5 stress, and I don't want to overindulge. So
yeah,
if I go 6
no,
stress,
that's smart.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, so
Overindulging's fun though.
spend the stress. You have a brother.
I know.
Who we haven't seen yet.
And I'm sure within the matter of 2 days I can come up with 3 different characters, but for right now, I don't want to overindulge.
That's true. I like Casca.
So I think that like you come back and I'm sitting behind the desk in the one chair. There's more chairs now, but this is still the one chair.
We have the good chair though.
Yeah. And I've got like just a bunch of paperwork that you've never seen before, and I'm like going through it, and I have a little notebook and I'm taking some notes on it. And like you come in and I just kind of like slide like half the stack. Uh-oh.
I crashed for a second and came back.
That explains everything.
Yes. My internet was unstable apparently.
Kai, can you turn your cam off and on again? That'll put you back in the right spots.
Absolutely.
I heard everything you were saying, it just cut out.
Oh, good. Anyway, but basically it's like when Casca comes in, sees Anzu like going through all of this stuff, she just like casually like tosses an envelope, like a manila folder, across the desk, like go through this.
Absolutely.
Right.
This is intriguing.
Yeah. Can I push myself to get through this faster?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah.
Okay. And the plus that'll give me that'll let me take some more stress so that I can also indulge later, but let's go.
Yeah.
All of that and I get a 5.
So you get 2 ticks.
Okay.
The issue isn't the papers, there aren't that many of them. The issue is that some of them are encoded and y'all have to figure out the code that they're written in. Yep.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah. You can also of course spend a coin or a rep to improve your result if you'd like.
That's not going to help too much at this point. I think I'm better off just taking more time to do it again.
Yeah. I'm just putting it out there.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's having to decipher this code, because there are a few things, like, halfway through you've picked up that some of this are registration lists. Because Room 623's thing is that their, like, whole ideological thing is, like, they want to train the normal people, the normal citizens of the city to defend themselves against benders. So they have a bunch of registration lists of, like, who is participating in our programs, basically. Gotcha. What they do with that information, you're gonna find out, but
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend my second downtime action to try to figure out this, crack this code.
Yeah, totally. Casca, would you like to help again, or?
Fictionally, but not dice-wise.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
You're just stuck on it. I will push myself again.
Okay.
Because I hadn't taken that much stress, and I would like to take more stress.
Yep, that's fine.
4. That's enough.
There you go. You finish it. The code was a number replacement code. So once you got a couple of the number replacements down, you're able to decipher it. So the things you find out from this: one, obviously registration. They're registration lists. You get that they were they were selling these registration lists. They were selling parts of them because they found out like details about some people, so they were using them as blackmail material as well as selling them to other buyers. You're not quite sure, but like you know an information broker, like Uncle Ma. Uncle Ma's
Yeah.
got use for him.
For sure.
The other thing you find out is that they had some plans as well in there. Unlike they apparently had been in on the fact that the Triads were planning on expanding into Tiger Ward, and they were forming plans to basically do a preemptive strike against Triad territory, but they hadn't quite completed it yet. And Guoman was part of that plan. They were using Guoman partly to try to bait the Terra Triad to attack them, so that they could be like, so they could be like a propaganda thing of like, look at this bending Triad attacking us on our own territory, on our own turf, attacking innocent people, and also just to have like a bargaining chip in case they were like, this isn't going to work so well, let's use this as a bargaining chip.
Okay. Yeah. So cool.
Yeah.
That's all good stuff. I mean, yeah, I feel like I don't really feel right selling these lists, but
I
like,
think
the
this is what we.
information. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is what we need to walk into our conversation with the Terra Triad, like, in hand. Like, this is what was going on. You know, you were being baited, and you know, if they're trying to bait you, then maybe, you know, do the opposite to spite them, and maybe not expand right now or something like that. Or so,
like basically, it's a trap. Don't walk
Yeah.
into the trap.
yeah. So I think this paperwork is going to be essential to that.
Yeah.
What we do with it afterward, I leave up to you.
Yeah, like these lists, maybe we can turn over to the neighborhood watch and be like, hey, so room 2623 is kind of shady, you should just know that.
Yeah, to the block associations. Yeah.
Maybe.
You could do that. It depends on who you want to give it to, basically, or use it as leverage as. Because it'll definitely help with rolls, that's for sure.
But yeah, I think definitely I agree. Using the fact that they had these plans when we go and talk to Terra Triad is a great idea.
Yes.
All right, that's both my actions, but I might spend a coin to take another, because
Look at you with all your fancy coin.
I have one whole coin from
Damn.
so long ago.
I'll take a downtime action.
All right,
think
please do.
We just get a scene of Azumi thinking about Yuri and getting mad, and then wrapping her hands and just going to town on like a punching bag, like practicing her like martial art moves and stuff.
Right. Cool.
And just like at one point, like I think at the very end, we see her like punch so hard into it that like she punches a hole in the bag and like some of the stuffing comes out.
Oh yeah.
That's me narratively training up my prowess,
I was gonna
picking
say
up and getting
prowess
a
training.
tangle.
Nice. Hell yeah. Tangle up. Good. Do that big tangle.
Yeah.
Nice. Love it. But yeah, we can either take a break right now or can finish downtime action.
I know what else I want to do for mine. If
Then
I don't know,
let's
if
do that.
Kai
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
what he wants to do, but I feel like this is probably going to be a long-term project.
Okay.
I want to get Goro listed as one of my friends.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a long-term project.
Yeah, I want a Goro friendship. So let me get a club.
You want the benefits
You
of the
ask
friend.
him if we're still friends. That's like half the project right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Goro is an estranged teammate who works for the
Yes.
Triads, and you just shamed him for being part of the Triads. So
I told him that like I'm worried about him.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out like how long it would take. Let's say 6 o'clock. I think it's a
Okay.
6 o'clock.
Give me a
Yeah.
minute. I just closed out of the thing.
Friend Goro.
I
Okay.
hit the wrong button on my mouse.
So let's figure out what you do and make the roll, and then after the break we'll do the like fictional how you're, being friends with Goro.
Okay. Well, he said that we should go see a bending match.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we go do that.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what kind of role that would involve. Do you have an idea for what action that would be?
Bend.
Bend? Fair. Yes. Good. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
The empathy thing.
Yeah,
We're
the empathy
empathizing
thing.
with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Fair. Yeah. Do a bend.
I
He's
don't
not
get
considered. He's not considered your friend right now.
Let's see. Do you have anyone else who could come along?
Yeah, you're gonna
No.
invite somebody.
Oh
with
my
you?
gosh, what if Yuri's there? Do I get an extra die for Yuri even though we're rivals?
No, rivals do not give you extra dice.
Darn. Then
You-
then we don't go see Yuri because that would just piss us both
I was
off.
gonna say you might see Yuri as one of the teams and root against her, but
I've never been able to go to one.
Would you want to? If I was like talking about okay, so let's set up I'm just gonna spitball like Azumi's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make friends with Goro because we haven't been together in such a long time. We're gonna go see a pro bending match. Would your face kind of light up? Would I pick up on that? Would
Yeah, no, totally. I'm very interested in what you had to say right now.
Okay. And then I think I pick up on that while we're talking. I'm like, hey, do you wanna like come?
Kind of a third wheel though, aren't I? I mean, sure. I'd love to go, but I don't want to. I mean, if we're gonna, yeah, I'd like to go.
Okay. Yay, I got a friend.
yeah, you did. Yes, you did. Okay, so yeah.
Okay,
Spend a
so-
stress. Well, I mean, you're just going. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like spend a stress. I mean, we've been doing
if
the
you're
assist
if a
roll,
friend
so-
is helping, technically, I think you just get an extra die, right? If a friend's along for it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I mean, well, that's a question. Are Izumi and Casca friends?
Azumi thinks they are.
Oh,
Is that-
dang.
I don't know. Is that's up to Casca?
Yeah.
I'm being friendly right now.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so you get extra die for your bending
Okay.
for bend.
Is this something where I spend stress? Do I need to spend a point?
No,
okay.
you're just going.
Um,
You're
no, I'm
just
not gonna
being
push
there.
myself. I'm just-
Unless it's stressful to be at the pro bending.
So just a fortune roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 2 dice. Watching pro bending with my friends.
All right, so you're gonna get 1 tick on the clock,
That's
unless you
fine.
want to spend coin or rep. But we'll do the RP stuff for it after the break. 'Cause we're
Okay.
gonna take a break right now.
Welcome back from the break.
And we're back.
Good job. We did it. We took a break and then we came back.
Hello. I should have done this during the break, but I need to find that list of pro bending teams.
I think you just Google it. It'll.
I did just Google it. I
Yeah.
just have to find the actual like teams. There we are. I found them. I wanted to tell y'all what bout you were watching while you're having this conversation.
That's
Sure.
important.
Yeah, it is. It's very important. So you are watching. Oh boy. Who is your Izumi? Who's your favorite team?
Not who we're watching.
Okay, cool. So the 2 sides that are facing off are the Harbor Town Hog Monkeys and the Orchid Gardens Ostrich Horses.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for the ostrich horses.
Excellent.
Are you insane? Look at the hog monkeys. Have you seen this? They've
Have
popped
you seen their
corn.
record though? I mean, come on.
They popped corn. I'm having a little bit too much fun.
No,
Good.
there's no such thing.
Good. Yeah, they're facing off. The hog monkeys have a slight edge in the first in the first round, which is what you're watching right now. But Goro's just like, oh, it's so good to be watching this again. These teams are whatever. They're like mid tier, but like, always good to get a good match in. We could have been this level. We could have.
If not for Yuri.
Yeah. Mm. And one of the people gets like gets water whipped out of the ring. It's just like, see, she would have just totally missed that. Totally missed it.
She was always on my case. She was always like, "Oh, Zumi, you just go in too hot, whatever." Like,
yeah, right. Like, it's like always like, "Hey, Goro, you're doing the wrong sense." It's like, who's the Earthbender here? Come on. Just.
I
need it.
I know.
Think you should? Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
no, go. No.
I was just gonna.
All
right, I was just gonna say, you ever think you just find some other waterbender, give it another shot?
I thought about that, but I think we're out of the game at this point. And so is that guy, and the firebender on the hog monkeys gets smacked into the wall in the back.
Well, you totally should have jumped over that. Ugh.
Right?
With
I could bend circles around that guy.
With a mouthful of popcorn, I mumble out, I know a waterbender.
It's like, there isn't like he doesn't Goro doesn't register for a second, then he's like, wait a minute, he turns to you just like, you do? What? Hold on. I mean, I don't know anything about you, but a waterbender who might be interested?
Torch is cool.
Yeah. My brother, he's already into sports. What was the name of that sport we came up with, Saint?
It was snow volleyball.
Snow volleyball. Yeah, he's big in snow volleyball. So that's a 2-on-2 game.
Wait, your brother does snow volleyball?
Oh yeah.
I've never seen that before.
We should go watch one of his games.
It's just like, we should go watch your brother.
He's pretty good.
I kind of elbow Goro in the ribs. I'm like, maybe we scope him out. And I mean,
yeah.
I don't think we're out of the game.
I mean,
forget Yuri. Yuri doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I mean, she's still in this, right? I forgot what team she's going for now.
I after everything, I didn't want anything to do with her, so I don't know what she's doing right now. I know she's still bending though.
Yeah. And there's a break after the first round. The hog monkeys took the first round with a knockout.
I throw my popcorn at the ring like,
and
I want that.
Shiro Shinobi, who is the announcer for all pro bending matches, comes on. It's just like, and I'm going to tell you all about our next matches tomorrow. It's, of course, the highlight matches, and don't forget to come out for the Black Quarry Porcupines facing off against the Ember Island Eelhounds. And remember, the Eelhounds are headed by a new hot thing, Yuri, and the crowd cheers in the background, just like, boo!
Boo!
Like, remember to come out for that. Get your tickets at the ticket booth. And that goes back to the game.
I boo loudly.
But yeah, I was trying to figure out which one of these teams she'd be on, and I found one. It was the Ember Island Eelhounds.
There you go. She's
I have an
now. Boo!
I have an idea of what an eelhound looks like in my head. It's kind of like a black dog, but with like a Medusa head full of eels.
Like, interesting.
I love it.
I was thinking like a salamander, but it's really, really long.
I like the Medusa head of eels though.
I do too.
I do too. Yeah.
It's like not where my brain went.
It's like a Cerberus, but with lots of heads.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the thing I thought when you said that. I was like, it's like a Cerberus, but
it's like a Hydra.
Yeah, it's a
a
small
dog.
hydra.
But it still has like a dog head. It's just got extra little.
It also has
heads.
a dog head. Okay.
Oh, okay. I understand. Nice.
So
I
it's
love
like
it.
a dog head, but with a mane of eels.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amazing.
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
I
Yep.
knew I was gonna draw something after this.
Yeah, it's an otter eel. You know.
Ooh. Otter eel.
Yeah, otter eel. So yeah, but now you know what team she's on, courtesy of Shiro Shinobi.
All right, I gotta make a note of this.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Ember Island Eel Hounds.
Yeah, I got it up in the wiki.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, they want to. Casca, they want to see your brother.
Yeah.
You have one more downtime action, Casca.
I do. I wanted to indulge my vice.
You can do that.
Does anybody want to come with me?
What's your vice?
The smokehouse.
I mean, are we just gonna make a night of it? Like right after we go to the thing, you invite us back to the
Well,
smokehouse and we hang out.
As a player, I feel like we're taking all this screen time away from Anzu, but
We could bring Anzu along too. We just like have a big old thing.
Anzu needs to spend her 1 coin and go ahead and indulge her own vice. That'll take a minute.
I see. We're not
Yeah.
friends. I got it.
I mean, I don't smoke.
I mean, neither does Izumi.
They don't
She goes
serve
there
coffee
for the
there.
dancing and the singing.
I mean, Izumi's thing is vice is a little bit unrelated to that, but
I mean, I don't have to worry about my vice. I didn't take hardly any stress last time. Time for that, trauma out.
fair. New Casca's new vice is popcorn.
Well, I know what happens if I overindulge. Is the point?
Ah, right, of course.
You get sick because you eat too much popcorn.
No,
just-
it's
I don't leave the
Go ahead.
stadium. I
yeah.
just don't match after match.
Yeah. No, obviously the next thing you get is when you get the obsessed trauma and you get a popcorn machine for the office.
Oh my lord. Nijong, you need to expand into popcorn.
This is reminding me too much of D&D game that I'm in, where Eric just randomly decided that he has popcorn. And it's like, popcorn hasn't been invented. It's like, doesn't matter. Eating popcorn. Just every time anything is going on, his character's like in the background just eating popcorn. And it's like, you know what? For the lulz, let's do
Yeah.
this.
Popcorn noodle soup.
I just
Ugh.
saw that. I'm like, no, thank you.
Ugh.
Like the popcorn would get all soggy. And
No, it's
Oh.
but Casca, it's
popcorn flavored.
Casca. It sounds like you're gonna be doing this by yourself.
I'm
Okay.
coming though.
Oh no, never mind. You're not doing it by yourself. Do you
No.
take Izumi with you when you go and sing, or is it just the after part?
This is solely just the smoking.
smoking?
This is,
Okay,
This is not a gig night.
Right. Okay. Cool. Just
I've
was
definitely
curious.
been there when you've been singing though.
You've all been there because you did it last
Yeah.
time.
But that wasn't my first time.
No, it
Right.
was not.
So I wanted to use this opportunity to talk to Izumi about her feelings on triads and
Right.
leaving triads and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
Is Goro there, or do we part ways, and then it's just you and me, or
It's
do
kind
we
of a
bring
mission for you, so I'm not going to tell you one way or the other on that. I invite you both.
Okay, then we both go.
All right. Yeah. So Goro will also
Unless
be there.
Goro doesn't want to go, like maybe I don't know.
I mean, Goro's kind of like whatever, sure. He's never been to the Cloud Peak, so he doesn't really know anything about it. He's not averse to smoking or anything. He's just like, sure, why not? Like, I might as well get all the stress off from having, been tried to save my friend and then gotten smacked in the back of the head, then been imprisoned by chi blockers. So yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, let's do a vice roll.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just hit that indulge vice.
Yeah.
Hey, a 6. Nice.
Perfect.
That's what I needed.
Mhm.
Click. So this is a good night.
Yeah, it is.
Huh.
I will say, because you have regulars that you meet up with, but the person who's there tonight is Kulon, the bureaucrat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course Lef is on duty tonight as well
Okay.
as the bartender. So
Okay. Very cool. Um. Well, then at some point I will also introduce Kulan to Izumi.
okay, cool. Yeah.
Nothing big, just a walk by. This is
Yeah.
my friend kind of thing.
Totally.
Okay. So Kulan is a bureaucrat with the Air Tribe, right?
The air nomads, yeah.
Air Nomads, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's a bit of a rarity because he works the air nomads.
Yeah.
He's technically a member of the Air Nation. So he's like, he looks a little bit out of place to everybody else, but he has the traditional arrow that the blue arrow that the Air Nomads has. And his head is shaved. But otherwise he wears on top, like, he wears the traditional like air nomad robes, but he also has like a suit jacket on top of it. So he has like this gray suit jacket with the orange nomad robes underneath. Yeah.
If he pulls it off, he pulls it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe he doesn't pull it off, but no one tells him that.
Oof. Damn. But yeah, he is a bureaucrat for the Air Nomads. He works for their contingent at the United Republic Council. This is something that Torch knows, but Azumi would just be like, "Oh, hey, it's an air nomad, huh?
Interesting. Hi.
Yeah." He's just like, "Oh, hello. It's so nice to meet you." And he like bows his head. He doesn't do like handshakes or anything because like he does that all day. He's a bureaucrat.
Sure.
Shakes lots of people's hands. Just like, it's an honor to meet you. I'm Kulan. I work for, well, I mean, I'm not on the job right now, so I don't have to be too formal, but I see that you're friends with what name would he know you by?
That's a good question.
Do you have a stage name?
Yes, but I don't know what it is, and we'll come up. I'll give it to you later.
Then he would probably call you by your stage name.
Yeah.
It's probably like a full name because you're an entertainer, so it's like I have a family name, even though most people don't. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But he says whatever that name is. Just like, I've been here for a while, and they are a delight to listen to, as well as to spend time with. It's good to meet their friends.
Nice
Well,
to meet you too.
We won't bother you anymore.
Oh, don't mind. It's I mean, I've got other people to talk to, but please feel free to approach me. And he picks up a cigar. Just it's like, I'll be over there. And he walks over and he goes to talk to a few other people. He fades in the smoke because it's a smoke lounge.
Yeah. So I kind of imagine that there are a few like fainting couches kind of things that you can relax in.
Yeah, there's like chaise lounges and like fainting couches and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm hanging out on one of those while Izumi does her thing, right? Like she likes to dance and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and there is a band that plays at the lounge. They're playing some like slower jazz. So yeah, you can do some jazz dancing, Izumi.
I'm dancing with a cute girl.
Yeah, nice. You like to describe her? You totally can. Otherwise, we'll just leave it at that.
I will if she becomes a thing.
Do you want her to become a thing?
Maybe.
Well, it's up to you then.
we can talk about it later.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So
I feel like this is Casca's scene. I don't want to horn in on it too much.
It's fine by me. Again, I just don't want to take any time away from Kelsa at this point. So
yeah, I mean, Torch, your thing is that this is stupor, so you kind of just like you're just smoking and you're just like taking it all in and just like laying back and relaxing, letting all your worries drain away.
yeah. I've untied my bow tie and my vest. I've popped a button on the vest. Kind of loosened up a little bit, and just enjoying the night, enjoying the music.
Yeah, and this is the reason does so well is partly because you have Izumi to watch doing her dancing, and also nobody approaches you this entire time. Like Kulano's like, "Hey, I'll say hi," says you said hi to him at the beginning, and left like knows better, but nobody else has approached you.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess at some point, if you come back from dancing, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, I'll need to like drink something at some point. So
okay.
And maybe Goro's. I don't know where Goro's is. I've lost track of him. He's doing something.
Goro's lost track of himself.
I was gonna say like Izumi and Goro are hitting on the same girl. It's fine.
Aw.
Yeah,
Goro's.
Go ahead.
I'm sure there's also a card game going on, so
probably Goro's lost track of himself as well as lost track of where y'all are. He hasn't been in a place like this in ever, so this is like, yeah, this is a little bit different from what he's expecting, and like all the smoke and stuff. He's just like, he is having the time of his life, but you don't know where he is.
I'm sure we'll meet up at some.
Yeah, you'll be fine. He'll be fine.
So how do you think it's going with Goro? You think he's warming up to you again?
I think so. It's hard to say. It's been, oh gosh, 6 months since we talked. There's just a lot of distance to bridge still. But I think he's having fun.
He seems like a nice guy.
He's a good guy.
You seemed really disappointed in him when we got him back. That he seemed betrayed.
It's not really that. You mean because he's triad now, right?
Right.
I'm not disappointed because he's a triad. I'm worried about him because I know it's dangerous. And he's doing a lot of stuff that I didn't think that he was capable of. I mean, it's a gang. You don't... Maybe I'm wrong. But it's all that stuff about, like, having territory and, like... I don't know. I don't like the idea of it, and I don't want him getting hurt because he's involved in something like that. We said that, so when we first, I kind of stopped for a minute because like I'm stumbling over my words. I stop and I sit for a minute. I kind of sit with my thoughts and I say, so the whole reason my family came to Republic City was because I was going to be a Firefly. That's the whole reason we're here. And we made a pact, the three of us, me, Goro, and Yuri, that we were going to stick together, that we were going to see it through, that we were going to do whatever we could to make it. And then Yuri betrayed us. and then everything fell apart, and then I finally see Goro again, and he's in a gang, and how would that make you feel?
Well, I can tell you how my brother felt when he found out that I was in a gang. and he wasn't very happy either. But sometimes when you've lost your family, you look for another.
That's what he said too. That the tribe was like family. And I get it. I don't have to like it though. I don't want him putting himself in a position where he's gonna get hurt. I mean, he was captured by room 623.
So was X.
I know, and I don't like that either.
I know we're principled and we're doing the right things, but we're still running in the same streets as these gangs, and we may also be in danger, much more so than what we've already experienced. I think it's right for you to be upset that he's in a gang, but I don't think it's because of the danger. I think it's because of their selfishness and their inability to put the needs of others in front of the needs of themselves.
I just kind of sit with that. I don't really know how to respond.
So, what's her name?
Okay, I gotta look up some names.
Thank you. And I do have a thing for Anzu when we get out of this in the meanwhile, because y'all had an entanglement. I haven't forgotten about
no.
that.
I was just
So
gonna
she's-
go spend my dollar.
Nah,
She's gonna be
both.
an earthbender. Her name is Lee Fen.
Lee Fen. Okay. Cool.
So I say, Lee Fen. I'm just kind of like,
I know Lee Finn. Same.
Earthbender.
Well, are they a regular of the club? Is what I'm asking.
Oh. No, they're not. She is not. She's new. She came in with somebody who's a regular.
Oh.
Somebody
Okay.
brought her here. Yeah.
what's
Can you-
Stevenson? What's girlfriend?
Yeah, you are. Can you write her name for me, by the way?
Yeah, sure. I'll just copy and paste it into the chat.
Thank you. Lee Fen. Excellent.
It means clever and fragrant, like flowers.
Oh, amazing. All right, so I need to
So
write
what-
this.
So what I say is, I know the guy that brought Lee Finn in with him, and he's let's just say he's got a trophy every week. So if you well, I'll let you make up your own mind.
I just kind of grin at you. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah. He cheats at cards, but not as good as I do.
Azumi laughs at that. Like, she could totally see you being real good at, like, cheating with cards.
Yeah. I should give you a name for who this person is, because it would make sense. Let me look.
Jerky McJerkface comes to mind.
I think Chad is not quite the right.
No, get
Chang.
out.
Chang is like Chad.
Chang is like Chad.
Dang,
Yeah.
it's like Chad. Yeah. Let me. Oh, actually, Casca. I'm gonna look at your contacts. 'Cause
No.
one of
no.
them,
No, don't you
um,
dare! Don't you dare!
I'm stealing your friend.
Actually, no, none of these people make sense. I looked, and I was like, no, these people make sense. You're welcome. I'll look at other people's contacts instead. Let's see. Anzu. Actually,
Do it. Do it.
So, So Anzu knows this person. You just know this person as Ma. Ma is a man in his 40s. You don't know too much about him. You know he's a regular here. He's like in his 40s. He's like slightly overweight. Kind of like he like brings like generally has that like very father like attitudes to him, kind of bearing. There we go. That was the word. He's got like his like some facial hair that he keeps well coiffed. And he, other than that, you don't know you don't know what he does. You know he's over in Roku Heights doing something. Yeah, some guy named Ma.
Always bringing in new girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A new,
Or guy.
pretty young thing.
As you do.
Yeah.
And this is different from the Uncle Ma?
Oh, no, this is Uncle Ma. You just don't know him as Uncle Ma.
Oh, okay.
You just know him as Ma.
Got it.
Yeah. He doesn't use his professional name here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is that it for your scene?
That's all I've got. If
All I've got then. Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't know if Izumi wanted to do anything. So.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
We will describe Lee Fen later because she'll probably show up again.
That's fine.
Anzu, you're at the office.
Mhm.
You're about to leave and the phone rings.
I look startled because it's been a long time since I've had to deal with a phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I like look around and realize I'm the only one here as it rings again.
Yep.
And then I'll pick it up. Do you know detectives?
Is that Anzu?
Do I recognize the voice?
It's Duster.
Right, okay. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's Duster. We have a little bit of a situation. I can talk about it over the phone. So somebody pointed the cops to me, and they've been asking some questions.
That's no good.
Yeah, so it's something about y'all's detective things. I'm not quite sure, but
On the up and up, we've got a license, I promise you.
look, I believe in you, but these are the cops we're talking about right now, and they are a little bit more insistent, you know. So either, you know, you can all deal with them yourselves, or I guess I can answer their questions too, but I don't know what they're gonna get out of it. I don't know what they're asking for, so
I appreciate the heads up, Duster, and I'll see what we can do for you.
yeah. I don't think your name's gonna be in the paper anytime soon, but it might be on some police files, you know.
Yeah, Anzu is like thinking about the people that she knows on the force,
Mm-hmm.
and how one of them has been called away, and the other is her ex. And she's like, "Oh God, I'm gonna have to deal with this."
All right. So,
yeah.
you have you can make one. You can make two. You have a choice. You
Yes.
can either let Duster deal with it, and they'll make a fortune roll, and you see how much heat you take, or you pay the police off the 2 coin.
Do we have 2 coin between
I don't
all
know.
of us?
Do
No.
y'all have 2 coin?
I
No.
have 1 coin.
I have one stash.
I have
Yeah, I
1
have one.
coin and 1 stash.
I have 1 stash.
I assume X has stash,
no,
but not
X
coin.
has,
So
X has no coin.
okay. So yeah, then they're gonna make a fortune roll to see how they do under pressure, essentially. So
I mean,
guess have to roll for them.
we can't do nothing else. I tried.
Could she go into debt with somebody?
Debt doesn't exist in this game, or it can. I mean, we could make debt a thing because debt's not in Blades, but it is in Scum. But yeah, we could start using debt from Scum. I just have to look up how it works.
I mean-
Basically, you owe twice as much as you borrow.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd owe you'd owe 4 coin to someone, and we'd have to figure out who. Yeah. I mean, Duster seems
think-
pretty, pretty good at what they do.
I think I'll trust Duster on this one.
Okay.
I appreciate them giving us a heads up.
Yeah.
Uh,
So let me roll fortune for Duster. They're one of your contacts. Okay.
they're the crew contact.
I was just trying to figure out how many dice to give them.
15.
They got a 2.
Huh.
So y'all are gonna be taking an extra 2 heat. Duster has to go. Duster, they don't say very much, but the cops get more suspicious because they don't say very much, and so they have to go low. So you gain the heat that you lost from the case.
Great.
Yep, it's fine. Questioning is a great entanglement.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with my the reason I was leaving is because I have an appointment with oh god, how do you say his name? Aglocti, yes. Yeah. I was looking at that, I was like, I've heard it pronounced one time. I didn't even come up with this. What is this word?
It's
Aglocti.
Yeah.
I have an appointment with Aglocti. I owe him my 1 coin that I have. So
Yeah.
we can have some spirit communication going on.
Yeah, she's over in the Phoenix district. So you take the streetcar over. It takes a while because based on the map, which all of you can see right now, you kind of have to take kind of a little bit circuitous route of going through downtown and then going to the Phoenix district. Unless you want to I think there's probably a ferry too, but it's up to you. What do you do? Ferry, train? Not that it really matters. I'm just mostly curiosity of there's another shot of you're on the train. Or
I
on
like the ferry because I kind of like the shot of Anzu on the ferry and holding her hat on as the wind goes and
and you look out and you see Avatar Aang Island and Air Temple Island as you go by.
Exactly.
So there's of course the shot of behind you have your hat on, you're looking out and you can see the statue of Avatar Aang in the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And we wipe to where do you usually do this? Where are you with the Galacti and the other people you're spirit communing? Because this is our first time having you do your vice and communing with spirit.
It has to be an abandoned warehouse.
Of course.
It has to be.
Right. Yeah. How many other people are there?
There's probably half a dozen of us total.
Cool.
So me, a Galacti, and 4 other people maybe.
Cool. The other people are generally they're also look like they're on the wealthier side. They're wearing fine clothes and they look like one of them looks like they just got off of work, but the other ones look like they're doing their evening activities for this. So they've got, reasonably nice clothes on. Oh, communing with spirit, huh?
Anzu has a new hat. It's different than the one that she was wearing earlier.
Right. What's a Galacti look like?
Oof. We were saying she, her pronouns for Galacti?
She, her, yeah.
I think she's got, big gauges in her ears.
Okay.
She's probably got, dark hair that is kind of wavy and it goes all the way down to her butt, and she's got way too much jewelry on.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, she's kind of just waiting. She has her arms crossed. She looks like a slightly disappointing bending master Just like, come on, kids, get it together. Says, all right, everyone. Claps her hands together. Let's get this started, shall we? And there was like, oh, yes. Let's make that vice roll. Let's see how this goes.
Okie dokie. Vice. I know there's a button. Here we go.
Yeah, hit that indulge vice button.
0 bonus dice. Let's do it.
3.
Let's.
Hey, that's half.
That's half.
Yeah. So, you, it takes like you're here for probably about an hour. You do not actually no spirit actually shows up, but there is like the whole communing of the spirits is also a case of like doing breathing exercises and like a lot of other stuff that you would associate with like yoga. So like you're in a circle and you do breathing exercises and other things, and it's a lot of like relaxation as well as just being like preparing yourself to address a spirit, because spirits are very different from humans, and so you must have the proper forms of address. And Galacti's like going through them, and somebody gets it wrong. She's like, no, it's not how you do it. You have to say it this way. Otherwise, the spirit will be offended, and we don't want that, do we? And it's just like, no, sorry. Good. Now, remember, do breathing exercise 4 again for a minute. All right. It seems our spiritual friends aren't coming tonight, but I can feel that they're close. This would all be, so we'll be back here next week. Remember to do those breathing exercises and to come a little bit more limber. Some of you are a little bit stiff, and she taps somebody's knee and they like almost fall over. It's just like,
and Anzu like shifts because she's still bruised. Like I haven't taken care of that at all.
Right.
And so she's just like, not me. Nope.
Yeah, and you're like turn to walk away, and she says, "Stop."
What is it?
Anzu, you seem a little bit off this week. You weren't here last week, even.
Things are changing. Got a job.
Oh, did you?
Started a job. Got a job. Well, I told you. I'm a detective now.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Well,
you did.
We had
it's a good change of pace for you.
What a case.
Congratulations. I hope that didn't go up in a big fireball or anything.
Thinking about assuming like I'm like something like that.
Where are you nowadays? Because you're up in, Center Island, or the peninsula. Doesn't seem like you're there now, is it?
I'm in Tiger Ward these days. It's a
okay.
It's a bit of a trek down here, I have to say.
Is a bit of a trek, but hey, you're making it down here, and that's what's important. Some better than some of those people that are here this week.
Can I...
Uptown people.
Can I leave my... Oh gosh, now I've lost it. Musical instrument.
Oh, theremin?
Thank you. I don't know why. That's this is my whole thing. Can I leave my theremin with you? There's not much room in my apartment, I have to say.
Right. Okay. Yeah. If you bring it, sure, I can store it. But
I'll bring it next time. Maybe it'll help.
Yeah. I can't have it forever. So.
No. Not forever. Just a little while. We can use it next week. It'll help, I think. The spirits like music.
You make a good point. Yeah. How about it? I think that'd be good. Have you as my assistant for this? Get those bruises treated, though. I can see them.
All right.
I'll see you later. Thanks for coming, of course. Please don't make this missing a regular habit. We don't want that happening, do we?
No, of course not. You know, this means a lot to me, Aglagdi.
It means a lot to all of us. And there's like definitely a hand signs that you do. Like there's a gesture that you do. It's like kind of like bowing and fingers up. Yeah, that kind of thing.
For sure, yeah.
And there we go. And that's all your downtime, unless somebody has coin or rep to spend for more downtime actions.
I'm tempted to spend rep to reduce heat.
That might be a good idea.
Y'all do have 6 heat.
It sounds like I need
failed
to lay
real
low
hard
for
last
a
time.
while. So I'm gonna spend some rep. Basically, my idea for reducing heat, since I'm basically the one creating the heat, is to just kind of not be around.
It sounds like shadow to me.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's totally cool.
You know, I know someone who's very discreet who would put me up.
And
you know, I haven't seen Uncle Bano in quite some time.
Oh, that's right, Bono. Bano works for who does?
He's an Earth Kingdom diplomat.
Right, he's Earth Kingdom. That's right. Okay. Yeah, so he'd be down in downtown. So you're just like, I'm gonna pop over to downtown and like, yeah.
Just just not be around. Don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
as long as if my face isn't there for them to take pictures of me going into our detective agency, maybe that'll help.
Yeah, they were actually they actually like if you look in the background of the pro bending game, they were in the background. They were in the seats, but you didn't see them because you were with Goro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's do some heat reduction. You're doing it with Shadow. Bono will definitely help you.
Cost?
It's 1. It's the same as coin 1-1.
Okay, cool. So it's just a fortune roll with an extra die?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Bono. For people chat, Bono is Banoh because I don't know how to pronounce it. So. Oh, crit! Damn!
I'm real good at hiding.
Yeah, so you reduce it 5 stress, or 5 heat. Yeah, so y'all only have 1.
We're cleared out. Well, actually, no, we got 2 from that, right? So we're down to 1.
You're down to 1, yeah.
Because no one put in the book.
Yeah, so
cool.
Bono actually helps you. Like you come and you're just like, hey, do you tell him about like the case that you were doing?
Yeah, I think
or them.
I think Bono's a he, him.
We discussed it. Apparently, it's they them on my
Okay, then let's
sheet,
go with they them. That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So then I couldn't remember whose pronouns I ascribed to who because I made so many characters.
I wrote them all down, so that's why I know.
That's good because I didn't write them all down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go to. I think I know where they live, so I go to their house or apartment or whatever.
Yeah, they have a condo in downtown.
Yeah. And so I think I just kind of show up. I'm like knocking on the door, and then I'm like, Bono, I need help.
Yeah, they open up. They are in their like they're probably they're definitely on the younger side. They're probably they're a diplomat. They're in their early 30s. They are they have like a well trimmed beard that's like kind of pointy beard. They're wearing they're kind of dressed down, but they wear the colors of the Earth Kingdom, so lots of like green and tan.
I also envision them having like just very like neat and pretty eye makeup.
Yes, definitely, 100%. They have a sibling who is a Kyoshi warrior, so they adopted it from that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they have a sister who's a Kyoshi warrior, so they took some of it from that. They're from the Southern Earth Kingdom, and they also have like their hair. They have like a ponytail that goes back probably down to like their shoulder blades. Let me see. Izumi, it's been a little while.
Well, I mean, there's not as much reason to meet up since you aren't sponsoring our team anymore.
That's true. I heard though that you're doing detective work.
Yes, we're the official detectives of the Pro Bending Corporation.
Oh, good. The Federation. That's quite the step considering, I mean, I probably don't need to hire you anytime soon, but I bet I have some friends who do. But anyway, you must be here for something else. Be a little odd if you were doing direct solicitation. You know, that's how detectives usually work, as far as
No,
I'm aware.
so we had a little run in with so we're in Tiger Ward.
Right, that's the one that's across the river to the west, right?
Yeah,
The
and
one near Kyoshi Town? Is that the
yeah,
one?
yes, it's
Right.
right
Okay.
right near
Okay.
there. So there's some gangs there. So sometimes when we're doing our detective work, we have to run afoul of some gangs and
This is Republic City. There are gangs everywhere.
yeah. So I just need a place to kind of not be seen for a while.
Ah, I understand. Yes, I definitely help you with that. Um, and I mean, you're gonna have to tell me because it's been a while. I mean, I've been doing my work for the kingdom, but it can be a little boring sometimes. You know, most of the things happen in the council, and
Mm.
oof, don't get me started on. There's not only the council, but apparently just there are people lobbying in this city for Earth Kingdom support, and it's the thing of you're in the United Republic. There's only so much we can do, and they start going on. It's just like,
Sure.
please come in. Like just like come on.
And I go in and I imagine like we're sipping tea and I'm just telling them
Mm.
everything
Yeah,
about
and
like the case and how I did this really cool firebending thing. They would have
mhm,
been so impressed. And I
yeah.
definitely should have been kicked off the Fireflies. That comes up more than once.
Right, and they're just like, yes, yes, I understand, of course, yeah, and they sometimes sort of just like, when you finish, they're like, well, that's quite the story. Whew. I can put some calls in. It sounds like the police are going a little bit the wrong way, going a little bit too much with their jurisdiction, if you understand. So I will put some calls in, but
It's not
oh
like I even did anything wrong. We rescued people who were being held against their will.
yes, and chi blockers.
Key
Whew,
blockers.
chi blockers. You'd think I mean I hear about those equalists all the time, and they're rabble rousing, but non chi blocking equalists. Why word, my word. Just like they're just like they're doing very much feign like shock and horror. um, it's like well, oh, such the equalists, and they start going into like what they've been doing, where they're like, oh, these members of this, what do they call themselves? Some old. Did you ever learn about the maybe it's just in the Earth Kingdom, the Harmony Restoration movement? Oh, it was this old movement back at the end of the Hundred Years' War, where the Earth King at the time wanted he was originally going to as they put it, reclaim the colonies here, the colonies here, but the people of this territory fought back, and so created the United Republic. But we're 70 years from that, and they're still doing it. It's still they still think that there's some the Earth Queen would be interested in we're going to retake the colonies for ourselves. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's almost I feel like they'd be almost as bad as the Equalists, but they don't seem to have that kind of pull as far as I know, but who knows? There's them, there's of course the rest of the council. Don't get me started on the Water Tribe people. Ugh, they always have something else they have to put out there in the council. Always something else. Ugh. I'm so happy I'm not the representative for the Earth Kingdom. I would be mad. Mad, I tell you. Yeah. But they keep going if you let
I
them.
just let them.
Yeah.
It's kind of all over my head, so I'm just
Mm.
kind of like going, and sipping tea. I'm just glad that I have a place to hide.
Yeah, so but they do actually the crit is they actually do put in some calls, and the cops are like, okay, we get the picture. There's diplomats. There's actual diplomats behind this. We're gonna step off.
I think that was worth one rep.
I think so. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, you did literally pull in a favor. So, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
That's it for me. I'm done with downtime.
Cool. Anybody
need a
else?
new job.
or-
I figured out my stage name.
Oh, please.
I'll put it in the Twitch chat or
Oh.
the where I don't know.
Put it in the
Roll-
Roll20 chat.
Roll20 chat. Yeah.
Oh, Tony chat, and everybody can see it. So, I found. Let's see right here. Yeah. I found
Ooh, I like it.
Japanese lounge singer that did Billie Holiday covers. So,
Oh,
Perfect.
nice.
Ooh.
Excellent.
and this isn't her name, but it's a play on her name. So,
Nice,
okay.
cool.
Masa Maki. Cool. I need to write that down in your. Not your vice. Where is your stage name? Where would I put your stage name?
Maybe
I got-
under
I got so many
aliases?
names.
Yeah, under aliases, just put like
A comma.
Torch.
and then
Oh
a
no,
comma.
I'm. This is on my own. Oh yeah, actually, I could just do it. Yeah, cool. I got it. Sick. Excellent. Yeah, y'all have a job. You also need to, do that favor for Bima.
Yeah.
Room 623 is still expecting you to go to the Triads and tell them to back off.
I mean, we got a little bit of time. We're not supposed to do. We don't need to do that like
Now.
today.
And Goro, of course, will be working on getting you that good
Or-
word and invitation type of
Yeah,
thing.
that's what we're waiting on. I think is for Goro to come through,
Yeah.
or
And
for
if
it
not,
to.
then we'll go knock on his door and be
Yeah.
like, hey.
If we don't hear from Goro in like a week, we're gonna go kick down his door.
It'll be less than a week because I think I know what's going to happen there. If it's a question of whether you as a group want to go and address that first or you want to do something else.
Let's make some money. Let's do
Alright,
a job.
Yeah, money sounds good.
Okay, money sounds good. Okay. So we're going to have a citizen. Then it'll be a citizen showing up at your office because, you have that to do. Let me look at factions. Who would be interested? Okay, so a few days later, a few days after all of this downtime stuff has happened, you all have an office and you have a knock on the door.
Okay.
There's the door opens. There's an impeccably dressed man. He's in a green double-breasted suit. And he's smoothing his shirt, his jacket down as he enters. And he kind of puts a hand over his short hair, puts his hat back on, just did I get this right? This is the G Dow Detectives.
absolutely welcome. We're in the midst of unpacking, but here and bring over a chair. Please sit down.
Oh, thank you very much. And he takes a seat. He has he has a cane that he puts on one of the boxes. Perfect. This is exactly how I imagined a Texas place being. I went to another office and they were nothing like this. A little bit too even messier than this somehow. I don't even know how that is. But I should introduce myself. I didn't even do that. I apologize. I'm so sorry. My name is Chung Su. I'm a proprietor. I'm a proprietor out in Kyoshi Town. I do some property development and some. I'm a landlord as well. But sorry, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I have a job for you because you're wonderful detectives. I saw your vehicle somewhere around the center of Kyoshi Town. You were in front of that shop. 3 avatars, right? That one.
We've been there. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I'm glad I remember everything. All right, that's it, right? Good. Now, I got something. So a couple of days ago, we had a few break-ins, which is usually I pride myself on how secure my buildings are, but we had a few break-ins, a little bit mysterious. Usually, when we have some triad activity, we're able to get some things done and then make sure that nothing happens to the people who are living there. But this one, it's a little bit out of the way on that. So I wanted you all to go and look into that for me. We got a few in there. We had one yesterday actually, so a whole thing. But if you all could do that, I can pay. I don't know what your rates are, but I can definitely pay.
Go ahead.
Has something been stolen?
Yeah, a few things. I have to ask the residents, but particular interest to me is a let me see. And he opens his jacket pocket and takes out a notebook and like goes like oh, and he like rips out a page and like puts it on his desk. This, and there is a very good sketch. You don't know if he did it or not, but there's a very good sketch of this vase. It's like this vase, very, 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 very expensive, very, very important to me. It was my great grandmother's given to her by the Earth King.
Guinana.
Yeah,
Wow.
very much so. But they broke into one of my premises and stole it, as well as smashing up a few places. I mean, I'm not the only one who got broken into, of course. Obviously, my residents are accused, but this is, yeah, you know, investigate all of that. Bring back my vase would be wonderful, of course. But again, I don't know what else to say here. Is there something I got to sign, or is he just taking the job, or it's just like he's kind of like just start babbling, being like, because he's a man who's full of energy. Chung Su is.
So I take the energy around the room, and if people nod their heads, then I'm gonna shake his hand and say we've got a deal.
Excellent. All right. I'm gonna tell you, because I want to figure out up front how much you might get paid. Actually, we could figure out at the end, but he looks like a rich man. He said as much.
So we can ask for whatever we want.
But
You
we're
can ask for
principled.
whatever you want, but
We're principled.
yeah, you can
What would be
ask for
fair?
whatever you want.
I mean, like maybe a per diem.
But I think for this
Bonus for recovering the item. Like
yeah, there's gonna be a bonus for recovering the vase, but I think at base, as a score, he's the type of person to be like, 6 coins sounds reasonable, right? And it's like some amount of yuan, which is like quite a bit. It's like, oh, okay, this is a job.
Azumi's eyes like go wide.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and of course, 2 on top of that if you get the vase back, of course. Remember, undamaged.
We've got
Belonged
the
to my great
sketch.
grandmother.
Absolutely.
you guys have a deal.
Good. I love it. He picks up his cane and his hat. Just like, I love it.
That's a lot of money.
Anyway, you can. I see you have a phone. You have a phone. Good. I should have called you. But anyway, you can reach me at this number, and he brings out a card, and it has all his. It's like Chung Su, proprietor. And he's like, you call me at this number, please, or if you need to, you can reach me at the office. But I think the phone's probably easier. Business times, of course. You know, you're not gonna be at the office all the time. Anyway, I expect to see some results. I'll see you later. And he like tips his hat, just like, see you later. And he exits he swaggers out of the office.
Really glad that he didn't take offense at the fact that he had to walk through a kitchen to get to us.
I think he thought it was part of the novelty.
Oh, this is quaint.
Yeah, this is quaint. Wow. Huh. So this is how detectives are. It's really, they must be good detectives. They got that second story thing. They've got it a little bit hidden. Gotta get through the restaurant to do it.
Serious customers only.
Serious customers only, exactly.
And I wanted to point out the principled thing. The principled thing is some people can pay more than others, and therefore we should balance that out.
Okay, I mean that's fine. It's just like Azumi is like, is that fair to charge him? And you all are like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And it's like, oh, okay.
I think that Anzu is definitely the kind of person who can judge like that he can afford this like easily. Like if we weren't principled and he was like six coin, and we'd be like, how about 8, just base, you know. If we weren't principled, we might try to upsell him on that, but I think we are, and he named the number. We're just gonna take it.
Okay. I mean, I think that's fine.
And 2 more if we can get that vase.
I hope
Mhm.
we get it. Man, 820 would be so good.
Right?
I feel like if
Right.
I feel like if it's broken, it's probably gonna be Azumi's fault.
Oh yeah, totally.
All we have to do is critical every roll during the mission, and we're
Yeah.
good to go.
Perfect.
We'll crit the I forget what it's called.
Engagement.
Engagement roll.
Engagement roll.
Engagement, and it's like, okay, so you're in the hallway, you have the vase.
Now get out without breaking it. Good luck.
Hmm.
All right, I firebend my way out. Bye.
You're on the news again. Fireball in Kyoshi Town.
That's your new nickname is Fireball.
Oh, I think it is.
Fireball in Kyoshi Town. Triple threat suspected. It's every time it's a triad that's suspected instead of like somebody else.
It's just one person, just one random firebender.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
We
So
got the
yeah.
mask for next time, so it's fine.
It's the
Yeah.
Zorro of firebending.
Yeah, Zoro firebending. I
do
mean,
have the
Zuko, Zoro, pretty close.
It's true.
Mm.
I must,
Firefox.
must capture the avatar to reclaim my honor. Firefox. Yeah, so you have a job from Chung Su.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I have to write down his name because I don't have it. But...
Somebody put it in the thing.
No, I put it in the chat.
Oh,
I
but you need to write it in the.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to write it down for
In
myself.
your notes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I understand the difference. I'm a GM. I know how this goes. Let's So how does you were talking about how our cases are going to be slightly differently? How's that
I
gonna
was
go?
considering doing so I was considering doing for investigations, basically making them a case type.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be like, so it's like, so you do a little bit of gathering information beforehand, and then once you have like enough evidence, it could be like, we're gonna put this into motion, and you do an engagement roll based on the evidence that you have, rather than doing
Okay.
a bunch of gather information and stuff like that.
Well, I think our first step is probably going to go to the site, the scene of the
Yeah,
crime.
of course.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. There are a few places, and of course, if you like, he gave you a card, and there's an address for the offices. You can like go to his offices. They're like Chungsu Properties or something like that. And there's a secretary there who's like, yes, I can. You must be the detectives. I can point you out to where you need to go.
Yeah.
All of you have seen the offices of landlords, of like large landowners in Republic City, and this is definitely one of them. Like good chairs, like spotless, like people who like well dressed attendants and secretaries, who are there. And one of the secretaries, she's just like, yes, of course. And there's a map, and she's like points out a couple locations. Like, this is the one that was broken into yesterday. It's probably where you find the most information. But she said something about a vase. Remember correctly?
I think I'll pull out the sketch, like I have it with me.
Yeah, and she looks just like, oh, I think, no, it's this property. It's on the 5th floor. It's a little odd that he have it stored there, but Chung Su's the boss, so his word goes.
What makes that odd? Is it
Well, it's occupied currently by somebody else.
make a note? Don't comment.
Mm-hmm. It's like I mean, maybe they have an arrangement. I'm not sure. It's not within my realm to say. But there are a few other properties. Of course, I can have them all written down for you. So.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and she takes out a pencil and just like scribbles them down. Just like pass it to you. Here are all the locations. When you get there, if there's any trouble, just say that your Chung Su sent you, and you should be fine. If you run into any more hazards, then you all look like you can, deal with it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Come back again. Just like... So yeah, you have the locations. There are 4 locations. One of them is the one that got broken into yesterday. One of them is the one where the vase was, and there are 2 other ones that are just like they got broken into. There's not really much else to them, as far as you know.
I think we should work backwards. Start with the most recent break-in and visit them each one by one until we see where it all started.
Do we want to split up and invest? Ask questions at different locations.
Like, how far apart are each of these locations?
Let's see. Chung Su's properties are generally fairly close together. There were 2 that were in the same apartment building. One of them, the one that where the vase was like 3 blocks down, in like again, was like on a 5th story. And then the other one was like the last one is the weird one, the one that was the most recent, because it wasn't in the same like vicinity as the other 3 were.
Interesting. Okay.
It's odd, but like it's not that odd because it's just mostly it's probably just a case of like whoever did this probably figured out like what his properties were, and we're just like we're gonna hit different ones.
Or it's possible that they're hitting other people besides him, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah, that's also that is also entirely a possibility.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think we have time to actually get into this tonight because we're coming up on time.
Yeah, but y'all have that for next time.
Yeah.
I think that's a good starting place for next time.
Yeah, definitely. The next case.
I'll also see what X has been up to.
Exactly.
The Kyoshi Town crumble.
Can we do some XP?
Yeah, let's do some XP. Let's start with the crew.
Yeah.
Execute a successful investigation, espionage, or robbery. No. Contend with challenges above your current station.
Did we? What challenges did we contend with? Any challenges? I mean,
you only really made one action roll, and it you got a 1 on it. So.
Well, we did.
I mean, I did. Well, that was not an action roll
Duster
per se.
contended with challenges of us maybe getting heat because the cops were looking into us.
Yeah, but Duster's not you. Duster's just a contact.
I mean, that one roll we made was against someone above our current station. Just because we failed it doesn't mean that we didn't.
It's
contend.
true. You did contend with it. This is true. You did the smart thing. You're like, was there anybody around? And the answer was yes, there was. So yeah, I'll say 1 then. Okay. Bolsters your crew reputation or develop a new one.
We talked about being principled a lot, but I don't know if we bolstered it.
I don't know if anything. I feel like especially the fact that you spent rep to lower our heat, and you like pulled some strings and had some like higher ups be like vouching for us. I don't know if that's necessarily principled, but that might have affected our reputation.
I mean, there's also some of the other projects y'all have started.
Well, I mean, we successfully handed over, Guoman.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
And we didn't even like ask for like a bonus or anything for getting him out. Like we just did that.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So I think that's at least 1.
Okay.
I think it's 1. Yeah. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or central nature of the crew.
Heck yes.
Oh yes, so
all
much.
over the place.
All over.
That was the whole session today.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go down the list. Izumi, did you address a challenge with stealth or speed?
Yeah, I did. I hid from the cops.
You did. Yep, you addressed a challenge. It's called hide from the cops. Okay, so you get 1 for that. Did you address your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Oh yeah. I mean, like the whole pro-bending thing. The whole this is why my family moved here. Like I did a whole backstory dump to Casca.
Yep. So much. I love it. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma during the session?
Vice didn't come up.
Mhm.
Trauma didn't really come up, so no. So I
No.
think just 3.
Yeah, so just the 3. All right. And let's go down the list. On Zoo. Did you address a challenge with knowledge or tracking?
You muted, Kelsa.
You're muted.
Yeah, muted. Good. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. I think you did.
I mean, I think I may even did more than once because in addition to failing to eyeball those guys, but really like just studying everything to get our in.
Mhm.
Yeah, those documents.
Yeah, I was about to say the documents. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'll say that's 2.
Sweet.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yeah, I did that a little bit. I don't know if I did a huge amount, but there was definitely my some of my background coming in with like seeing this guy and the amount of money that he can throw around and being like, yeah, you can afford that.
There's also you discussing with the Glockdy, I think came
Oh
part
yeah,
of it too.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is very true.
I think that comes in as well.
And looking out for my theremin.
Yeah, exactly. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session?
I don't think I was particularly soft, but the only thing even close would be my small tell about my necklace with when talking with Goro. But I don't think that was really struggling, so.
Yeah, I don't think it's struggled. It might come up later, but I don't think it's struggling.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So that's 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a playbook advance and
Ooh.
almost get a dot in prowess, but not quite.
I'm curious what playbook advance you'll do next, especially if you do another investigator one.
I'm also curious which one I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna think about that while you move on.
Yeah. Casca, aka Torch, aka Asamaki. Did you address a challenge with quick thinking or conspiracy?
Huh. Well, I conspired with Azumi to try to help get Goro back.
Yeah.
So.
Also,
I think so.
Quick thinking of saying, hey, those documents are going to be useful with our future thing with the Terror Triad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think that works.
Cool.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yeah, I wrote them down. There was suffering under Izumi's judgment at the beginning.
Yes.
And the conversation regarding it at the end. And then me bringing up my brother as, getting him on screen a little bit. Yeah. So that's 2 more.
Yeah. Also getting somebody else on screen who wasn't initially on screen. Izumi. Anyway, did you struggle with your issues from your vice or trauma?
No.
You don't have a trauma, and yeah, your vice. You did really well with your vice.
Yeah, I mean, I got it. It went really well for me. So.
Yeah. So yeah, that is it. I still need to make a copy of the faction stuff so I can do some faction game things because some things have definitely happened. There's definitely a lot of things going down in Kyoshi Town.
It seems to be the place where things are happening.
Yep.
I will also be getting a playbook advancement.
I figured out what I wanted, what I'm taking.
Oh, do tell.
So I am going to take Sharper Than Most.
Oh,
I can
nice.
expend my special armor to resist the consequences of surprise or mental harm, fear, confusion, losing track of someone, or to push myself for chasing or tracking.
Nice.
So
it's very, very helpful.
Yeah, I think that's a good one to take. I definitely could have used that earlier.
Yes, you could have. You definitely could have.
So I think that's a good reason to take that.
You are indeed sharper than most in that case, or you are afterwards.
I was a little rattled.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have time to have a hunch about it, so.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. definitely next time, considering y'all are doing another case.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything else.
Cool.
Other than I always have fun making new NPCs that y'all come up with. Because I had parts of ideas for like what your next case would be if you didn't like start doing the job for room 623. And I was like, oh, obviously Kyoshi Town. There's got to be some like rich landlords who would want to pay you.
There's gotta be.
Yeah, there's got to be. Since y'all are getting close to moving up in tier. I should say that in order to move up in tier, you need it's whatever tier you're going to times 8 coin. So y'all need 8 coin in order to get to.
It's times.
It's either 4 or
coins.
8.
It's times 4. So to get to second, to get to tier 2,
let me check. It's so
because
tier.
We start at tier 0, 1, 0?
Development. If your hold is strong, you can pay to increase your crew tier by 1. This costs coin equal to your new tier times 8.
It is times 8. Okay.
It is times 8. Yeah.
So we're gonna need 8 coin to tier up.
Yeah.
Which.
Or we could just keep spending grep and do more downtime actions. Just burn through it.
Well, actually, I just took cultivating, and due to my careful planning during downtime, I may give myself or someone else an additional downtime action.
Nice.
Yes. Ugh.
That's
it's
such
such
a good one.
Lotus has some very, very useful special abilities.
I feel like I may have grabbed something like that when I played a slide. I think I grabbed some spider stuff.
Yeah, it's because Lotus is based on Spider, so
yeah.
Just like Shadow is based off of Lurk, and Investigators based off of Hound, actually. But had to be
not surprised.
had to be significantly changed because most of the Hound stuff is actually about murdering people from long range rather than
it is.
tracking people.
That's funny because the Jewel was a Hound.
I know, that's why I think it's funny too.
It is funny. I didn't even think about that or realize that it was started from Hound, but it makes way too much sense.
Sharper than Most is based off of the Hound's special armor thing that I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
I don't remember the name of it either. I've got a book right here though.
I have a book here too. I just haven't looked.
It's behind my. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I have a PDF of it if I really wanted to pull it up, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, let's do. It's
called Focused.
Okay. Let's do some shout outs. Why don't you start, Saint, since we're already talking and you're the GM and creator of this game.
Hello, everybody. My name is Saint Guard. I'm a variety streamer and sometimes GM of tabletop role-playing games, like right now. I'm also the designer of this game, Republic City by Night, a Forge. You may have just watched it, but I'll repeat it anyway. A Forge in the Dark Legend of Korra game. It's set 5 years before the start of Season 1 of Legend of Korra. But yeah. If you like what you saw, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at St. Gardley. That's your username with an LY at the end. You can find this game as the pin tweet on my Twitter, actually. And I also stream over at twitch.tv/St. Guard. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific playing... No idea. We'll see. I was playing Crusader Kings 2 earlier today, so, it could be kind of just a bit of anything. Yeah, that's about it. You also see us back here next week at the same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, and you can find me over on Party Wipe Games with Packet Loss, the Scum and Villainy game that I'm a player in. I have a lot of fun with that game. We didn't do it last week because Halloween, but I need my pilot, my clone pilot, to find out more about herself.
I'm looking forward to that. Kai, do you got any cool things to shout out today?
Hi, I'm Kai. I go by Kai the Gamer online. That's XAI the Gamer. I'm one of the organizing members of Camp Nerdly, an annual gathering for people who like games in the cabins in Prince William National Forest, just south of DC. It's usually in May. In addition, I've just begun starting Twitch streams, and after we get done here in a few minutes, I will be booting up a platformer called Chasm, and y'all can watch if you'd like.
Cool. Awesome. And Astani.
Hi, I am Estani. I am a Twitch streamer and artist. You can find me over on twitch.tv/Estani, where I play a variety of games and playing a lot of Oxygen Not Included, and Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, which has been super fun to get back into. And I'm pretty sure this upcoming Friday I'm gonna play Battle Chef Brigade, and I cannot
Ooh,
wait. I
Battle
heard
Chef.
it's very
Yes.
good.
I love
That
Battle
game
Chef
is
Brigade
so
so
good.
much.
I kickstarted that a long time ago.
Ooh.
I
It
need
was
to play it
on
again.
The recent Humble Bundle, and I'm like, yes, I. That's the only reason why I bought it was for Battle Chef Brigade. So I'll be doing that next Friday as well. You can also find me on my Patreon, patreon.com/Astani, where I do cool stuff. Become a patron. I have a store. Google me, you'll find me. That's about it.
Awesome. And I'm Kelsa. This is my channel. You can find me Twitch and YouTube, Kelsa Delphi. On Twitter, it's at Kelsa. I play role-playing games on the internet. So when I am not here playing Republic City by Night, which is a great game, you can also find me on Sunday. These are on Saturdays. On Sundays, you can find me over on AP Gaming Reels channel. We're playing Game of Thrones House Wars. Mondays, well, every other Monday, we're back here again for Consumed, which is a very strange game about being reality TV stars, which I love desperately, even though it's crazy, or maybe especially because. Savage Tide is on hiatus for the holidays, but we'll be back in January. And then, as St. Guard mentioned, on Thursdays, over on Party Web Games, I am the GM for Packet Loss, which I also love desperately. I did a whole bunch of art of Packet Loss, and actually also have a few of these Republic City by Night characters for Inktober this year. If you want to see my Inktobers, you can see them on Twitter. It's my pinned tweet right now, at Kelsa, or on my Instagram, which is Kelsa Delphi. Double checking, yes, that's all the things I'm currently doing. So many.
I'll be at Metatopia
right.
next weekend. I will be bringing my laptop and gaming, obviously,
Yay.
this next week. But if anybody's heading up to Metatopia, I'll be there. So
Awesome.
and I think some people are going to PAX.
I'm going to
right?
PAX, but that's
Yeah.
PAX Unplugged is in
December, right?
December.
Yeah.
It's in December? Jeez.
Yeah. It's
gonna be a time considering it's in Philly, but
I mean, it's been in December in Philly the last 2 years, and it hasn't been too bad.
I thought it was in
Usually-
November.
It was at the
in
like
in that. I was gonna say usually, like, because I'm one state over, and usually like the snow and whatever doesn't get real bad until January, February.
That's fair. I mean,
So it
I
should
lived
be
in
okay.
I lived in New England, but still, it's like having
I did have to buy a coat last year.
like PAX East is in February this year. I'm just like, why? Boston
like
in
the
February
worst-
is miserable.
That's like the worst month to do anything,
Yep.
and when you have snow, because it's like the coldest, most miserable month.
And the PAX East location is like there's not anywhere nearby to go to either. So
Nope. It's true.
Oh, that's not good. Oh.
I really enjoyed the one year I went, but that was in April, so it was actually really nice. So anyway, thank you all for coming out, and again, Brittany Blake, thank you so much for allowing me to give you money so you could make these adorable character arts. They're so good. I fixed the break screen splash page so that it's no longer I decided that it needed to be the translucent ones, and it looks much better now.
Yes.
But for earlier it was really thrown together, but it's all fixed. Everything's beautiful. Everything's fine. Thank you everyone for coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and kick us back over to the splash screen, and we can listen to some great music by Drummer Boy on our way out. Everybody have a great night.